97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good morning, everybody. It's the Mike Missanelli Show, live on the air. 97.5 The Fanatic. I am Mike Missanelli, and we're still kind of basking in the glow of what happened on Sunday because you're getting all kinds of attention now. National late-night talk shows like last night, Jalen Hurts and what's his name? Saquon Barkley shotgunning a beer with a video and the whole bit. And listen, we gotta kind of sift through this whole thing on what this means and what it means for the future. Because in 2017, when they won, everybody thought, okay, this is a new era. And a lot of it was prompted with Doug Peterson said, this is the new norm. And you had Jason Kelsey with the Mummers thing. And everybody was feeling the glow of 2017, thinking that, well, this is going to continue. And it did not continue. In fact, it got to the point where they only won 4 games that one year, and that was the end of Dougie. And then it became like a rebuilding thing. And we got all angry about the fact that they didn't draft Justin Jefferson. And people were down on Howie Roseman, if you remember those days. Remember Sidney Jones? Remember him?
Yeah, he was second round. They took a flyer on him.
They took a flyer.
Didn't work out.
So things had gone bad there. And now we look at it, we go, wow, this is a healthier root. You know, this is a root that is really strong beneath the surface, which means it's going to grow a tree that continues to flower. And so Bill Colorado is here. Ray Dunn is here. So, Bill, let's talk about this from the jump here. Because, you know, when you win something, you go, okay, can you continue it? Now, next year, some betting books have the Eagles as the top team in the power rankings. Some have them as fourth. There's one guy that told me something, an old wise sage said, you know, there's many a slip from cup to lip.
Haven't heard that.
Yeah, so that means like before you get the coffee in your mouth, there's a lot of things can go wrong before you get it there, right? So
I think there's a viral video of you trying to drink a cup of coffee with something going wrong.
I spilled all over the place and sort of short-circuited something.
See, I knew you were on the air before.
Yeah. Somebody told you about that. You had no idea that it actually happened unless somebody told you.
The one thing I know is Mike spilling coffee on himself.
Yeah. So in any event, you look at this situation, you go, okay, why wouldn't it continue to be excellent? They've built a foundation. They're pretty young, and they have a franchise quarterback, and they have a running back that unless like there's attrition from him getting beat up this year, you can't see him slowing down. You still have 2 great wide receivers and a great tight end. The offensive line, well, it's getting a little old, but not old enough to, except for Lane Johnson, who's still at the peak of his career. I like what. I understand it doesn't happen a lot, very often, but can you see a scenario where it would not like have the Eagles as a premier Super Bowl contender next year and maybe even the year after that? And you know, dynasties don't happen very often in the NFL, but the Eagles look like they can carry on a Patriots-Chiefs type of thing. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Mike, as I like to say.
Not wrong?
You're not wrong. And look, when you go back to 2017 when the Eagles won Super Bowl 52, when Doug Peterson came out and said, this is the new norm, all of us put our chests out and said, yeah, this is the new norm. But if we were being honest with ourselves, there were a lot of issues with that team. You had Carson Wentz, who was coming back from an ACL tear, and you knew he was going to be a mess mentally after his backup wins the Super Bowl. You had Jason Peters, who had gotten hurt and was 150 years old. You had Darren Sproles, who was hurt. You had a bunch of free agents on one-year deals like LeGarrette Blount and Chris Long. You didn't know what you had at running back with Jay Ajayi. Darren Sproles, what was he going to be late in his career? Patrick Robinson was going to leave, who had the big play in the NFC Championship game. The linebacker situation was a mess. Like, there were issues where even though we put our chest out and said new norm, if you look back, probably wasn't going to be the case. That's not the situation with this team. Yeah, there's free agents. They got to figure out what they're going to do with Zach Bond and Milton Williams and Mekhi Becton. But the real nucleus of this team, they're young on defense. They have all their weapons on offense. They have a head coach who's now gone to 4 straight playoff appearances. You have a starting quarterback who's showed up at the biggest stages in Super Bowl 57, Super Bowl 59, the NFC Championship game. There's no reason not to believe that this team, this is the new norm, and maybe Philadelphia may get their first dynasty ever because we've never had one, Mike, and that's why I think the Negadelphia attitude creeps in. We've never had a dynasty. This could be it. Done. Show over.
We haven't had a dynasty, but we've had years of good success.
But never
year
multiple
after year.
championships outside of the Flyers.
As far as championships go, you're absolutely right. But we have been at the top of the heap in various sports for a number of years. So I don't want to shortchange that part of it because I know a lot of people say, you haven't done anything in here. Well, the Phillies in the late 70s really were a contender for a period of years. The Sixers from 77 to 83 were a contender.
But if you remove the 70s, let's do a Simsy here. Remove the 70s, which a lot of us weren't alive for, right? You had in the 80s, what did
Phillies.
you have? You had the Phillies in 80.
Phillies in 80.
And you had the Sixers in 83. Right?
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the block of years that they were contenders. And the Phillies, then you have to fast forward it to 2006 to 2011.
Yeah, so you had nothing with the Phillies. The Eagles, after 1980, they don't get back to a Super Bowl till 2004, right?
But you had an Andy Reid block.
But it's all about championships.
No, I get it. I'm not saying championships here. I'm saying like dynasty means championships. I'm saying we have had years where we were at the top of the heap, and the Eagles are at the top of the heap now. Whether they win another Super Bowl, they're still that they're a team that people are going, okay, they're a contender, and they're going to be a contender for several years. When you look at it, it's like they built this the right way. Before they didn't build it the right way. Howie's getting a lot of credit now, but there was a time where they weren't building it the right way. Now build it the right way this time because they concentrated specifically on the offensive and defensive lines, and that's been the key. In the past, they really didn't reach that kind of thing. They tried, but there were a lot of misjudgments there. Some Derek Barnett's of the world that come to mind.
Well, and as great of a job as Howie Roseman has done in the last couple of drafts in getting young defensive talent, his job becomes that much harder now because look at where their draft spot is. Mm-hmm. Like, when they got Jalen Carter, they had, I forget who it was that they had traded with that year. Was it the Bears? Whose pick did they have? Maybe it was the Saints. They were able to get Carter 9th overall because they only had to trade up from 10 to 9. When they got Quinyon Mitchell, they were drafting 21st. Now you're drafting 32nd. Big difference. You're going to have the last pick in the first round. You're going to have the last pick in the second round. So it becomes a lot more difficult to keep bringing in young talent, but they have a great start. They have a great nucleus.
A lot of it, let's be honest, this is not an exact science. A lot of it is luck. Luck of Quinyon Mitchell sliding to that spot when a couple cornerbacks were taken ahead of him, right?
No, he was the first.
He was?
What made him drop was a bunch of quarterbacks were taken. They had their pick of the litter. A lot of people wanted Terry and Arnold because he had more pedigree out of Alabama.
Yes.
They went with Quinyon out of Toledo.
Yeah, all right. He was left there for him.
And that was they lucked out with a job. Cooper DeJean was the luck one, though. He shouldn't have been there.
Cooper DeJean was the luck, but they moved up to get him, right?
They did. They traded with Washington.
Okay, so this is the right way to build a team, the way they built it. And it's still young. And so that's the key on what this is. The new norm is more realistic now than it was in 2017 when Doug said that. So we'll talk about that and what you think this team is and how long they can carry this on. There are no more questions about the quarterback, I think. And it took 2 games, really, to solidify that in everybody's mind. The last 2 games where his efficiency rating was, like, through the roof, the 2 biggest games of the season, he delivered in. So I think we're past that, Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball over the middle thing.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I don't think there should be any questions about the quarterback. And at this point, should there be any questions about the head coach? Now, after Super Bowl 57, Sirianni lost Shane Steichen, and the offense went stale with Brian Johnson as the offensive coordinator and Nick Sirianni's input. You're going to lose Kellen Moore. How they handle that situation could be a big reason why do they get back or do they not next year? Like, who do they hire as the offensive coordinator? Do they promote from within and keep the same concepts, or do they bring in fresh eyes from the outside? I kind of want to see them bring in a fresh a fresh coach from the outside bring in fresh ideas.
By the same token, you want Frank Reich.
I wouldn't mind it. Look, sometimes
Does Frank Reich have a spell in this city? Seriously, what has he done in this city? Has he hypnotized the city?
look,
I mean, that's
he's
Frank
got
Reich.
he's got the history with Nick. But what I love is you bring in a guy like Reich, who's now been out of football for a year, maybe refocused, studied some things, and you're not going to lose him. He's not going to go become a head coach after.
I'm out on that.
So who do you want?
Right,
you have
so
a name? You have a name?
No. Here's the big show today, and it's a full show. All right, so we've got General Knowledge Wednesday, where I've made it especially easy for people today. We're also going to have actor, comedian Michael Rapaport. I know he had appeared a couple weeks ago on the best show ever. But we're going to have him. I want to talk movies with him. He's got a comedy thing going on at the Fillmore this weekend. But I really wanted to get him on. He's a big sports fan, especially a big basketball fan. I want to see what he has to say about the Sixers, who they won last night, right? Didn't they beat the worst team in the league?
Mike, all I got to say is thank God.
What, they didn't?
Thank God you listened to me.
Don't get me started on this team.
And didn't put money on him.
Don't get me started on this team. Don't get me started on Embiid. Don't get me started on the general manager. I might have to start today on this whole thing. In any event,
at least you keep the good vibes going with the Eagles for a while.
Michael Rapaport's coming on at 11:15, and we're going to have a lot of fun today, including Donovan McNabb, who believes that he should be in the Hall of Fame. 610-632-0975 is how you get in. Mike Missanelli Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. I unfortunately did not stay up to watch Jimmy Fallon last night. I don't watch him.
I watched it this morning, the full clip. Just
You did?
of,
You didn't watch the show, though.
Nah, I just watched the Saquon Hurts clip.
See, we have a duty to watch that show. I'm calling a violation on myself. We have a duty to watch that show. Those two guys were on.
Well, I did. I watched it this morning.
No.
You don't have to watch the whole
Yeah,
show.
we had a duty to watch that live.
You think so?
Yes.
You know what I had a duty to do?
Quarterback MVP was on and Saquon Barkley was on. I mean, how do we not stay up and watch that? It's a violation. I'll call it on me, too.
All right, well, maybe a
I was
violation for
watching
you.
something else, actually.
I had another duty. All right, I'm changing diapers. I'm getting sleep when I can.
No excuse. You can change the diaper while you watch the show.
I had to get my sleep. When she's asleep, you got to get your naps in, man.
I don't know, man. I'm calling a violation on me. Ray, did you see it? Oh, you were busy last night.
No, I didn't. Well, I was
You had a
home by
game
that
to
point.
do.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it at that point. I was watching college basketball.
You see? Why not?
I was asleep.
How many people watched that show last night? I think we had a duty to watch the show. It's part of being, and Ray coined this new word, Posidelphia.
Oh, my God. When did you coin that?
Ray,
Yeah, I'm the first one to ever say Posidelphia.
Ray coined a new word, Posidelphia. And
Is
part
that
of-
the new norm? Posidelphia?
Part of Posidelphia is still like washing yourself with this feeling and then winning the Super Bowl. And part of that is you watch the MVP quarterback who apparently dazzled with his wit and wisdom and comedy last night, and Saquon Barkley.
Listen, man.
Should we hear that right away?
Oh, yeah. I love that Jalen
Right.
Hurts is our quarterback. But as far as a personality on
Really?
these shows, I
Do
mean,
we
it's
have
tough, man.
I know we have the jokes that Jimmy put out there, Ray, but do we have any clips of Saquon?
Yeah.
We do?
Do we want to go tush push here?
Well, whatever. I didn't see it, so I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't see it at all.
I didn't see it at all.
Oh.
See, I at least watched it this
See, I
morning.
watched it this morning.
Yeah,
no, that's a violation.
That's why
of
I'm
you.
calling a violation on myself.
But
I think we had a responsibility to watch that live and stay up.
The tush push is not, it's Saquon. It's not Jalen, right?
Well,
Or do you
Jalen
have
says
both?
that's not what I. That's
Oh,
not
you
what I
have that
call it.
too? Yeah, you could
All
buy
right, we
it.
could go that, or let's go the phone background. Let's because he's trying to engage Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
in
the phone background one. He's not giving much.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's good.
I guess people anticipate me to change it. Well, it's just a wallpaper, but it's a humble reminder for me.
What is this a picture of?
It's a picture of the first one. Me walking off the field. And the crazy thing is, I told him I might have to start finding these people in there. They get taking pictures of my phone and the team meeting and stuff.
Yeah, because it's become a big story. Yeah. So every time you open your phone, you motivate. You go, I got to beat these dudes.
Well, I tell you, every time I open my phone, I don't just sit there and have this flashback of a moment.
Oh, I'm happy I asked you. Yeah, make sure.
So it's not some psychotic thing or anything like
No,
that.
okay, good. Have you changed your background to wallpaper since?
No. It's going to remain.
It is.
There's no urgency to change it. I'm just
Okay.
taking it a day at a time.
Very good. Next time you come back, let me know what the wallpaper is, all right? If there's an update.
Maybe we could take a picture.
We'll take a picture. Me and you,
we can
yeah. I
make
love it.
cut.
I'll be motivated for you, yeah.
What's the wallpaper?
So remember, it came out before last season. He was in a team meeting at the beginning of last season, and someone took a picture. And if you zoomed in on Hurts's cell phone, it was the picture of him walking off the field after Super Bowl 57 with the red and yellow confetti. They lost the game.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of went viral. So they were asking about it, but I guess Jalen's assuming everybody knew what the background was.
Yeah.
And he said he's not changing it. Even though they won, he's not changing it. It's still going to be
Keeps
motivation.
him motivated. He cracked people up, though. You were telling me he had no humor last night. People.
Did you think that was
It
funny?
was uproarious laughter in the audience.
Right, were you laughing?
I was kind of laughing, but I was also laughing at the attempt of like personality from him.
Yeah, I get when you know
What was
Jalen
wrong with that?
Hurts.
It was like dry wit.
When he
What's
said
wrong?
it's not like a psychotic moment, that got me. I was like, that's funny. I'm not living a flashback every time I open my phone.
He was trying. He was trying.
Which is true. How many people actually acknowledge the wallpaper on their phone when they open their phone?
You know
I
what?
don't have any wallpaper on my phone.
Now that you say that, I got to change mine. I got the Eagles' schedule. This hasn't been relevant in weeks.
See?
The Eagles' regular season
have.
schedule.
Nobody acknowledges it.
I got a picture of the jersey. I got a picture of the ocean. It's like a blue tint. You see, that's the Jersey Shore ocean.
I think you should have a picture.
I have the Pacific Ocean.
I think you
Do
should
you?
have a picture of me and Ray.
I don't.
I'm going to put one of
Actually.
Ray.
No,
That's pretty
don't
good.
do
This
that.
is like it's like a dark. It was late in the day. It was like kind of grayish. And it came out blue, and there's the wave rolling into the. It's the beach right there.
You're a true artist.
That's the
Photographer.
It is artsy. What do you think? That's the beach in Strathmere.
Very
Yeah, I
artsy.
got Sunset Pacific Ocean. You guys can't see it.
Ah, look
What
at
do
you.
you got the Pacific Ocean for? What's that do for you?
Well, because I could see the Atlantic Ocean a lot easier. I'm not going to see the Pacific unless I spend a lot of money.
What do you
I'm
mean?
only a
What-
car ride away from the Atlantic.
You're hooked into the Atlantic.
Yeah.
It's your back. What's the Pacific thing? What is this, a goal of yours to move to the Pacific
Well, it's a lot
Ocean?
easier for me to get sunset pictures than being on the Atlantic. I got to go get sunrise pictures. I don't want sunrise pictures.
What, you can't get a sunset picture in the Atlantic Ocean? What, it doesn't exist?
Well, because the sun sets in the
Why
west.
don't you go over to the Bayside?
Yeah, well, that's not the ocean. That's the bay.
I'm updating mine right now. I'm going to put my 3 kids on it.
Who cares what you're
That's a
putting
nice
on?
one.
That's so
We're
sweet of
talking
you.
about the ocean here. Kids are your 3 kids.
That's what I'm putting. It's
Right
better,
now.
better than the ocean. Better than the ocean. What else? Do you have the tush push one? Because this was actually really. I thought Saquon was
let's
fun.
get to the tush push one here. Let's see what Saquon has to say here.
The first one was doing what people are calling the tush push. Yeah. Is that what you call it?
It's not what I call it.
It's not what you call it. No.
What I call it.
What do you call it?
I'm not going to say what I call it, but it's
Okay, but it's not.
Everybody is came up with their own name for it.
Yeah.
The brotherly shove, the tush push, all these different things. It's not that.
It's not that. Okay.
I was
Say-
shocked too because when I got there, I known it as a tush push, but I didn't know if that's what it'd be called. But I thought it was called that, and it's not called a tush push actually.
No. What is your role in the quote unquote tush push?
I think I have the easiest job, to be honest. I think I'm the one who pushes the tush.
Pretty good. That's Penn State humor.
That was good. And Jalen's reaction to that was pretty good, too. He says, I'm the one that
Yeah.
pushes the tush. Like, Jalen was almost embarrassed.
So he also talked about shotgun and beer, right?
Gave Penn State a little shout out.
Yeah, we're going to get to that as well because I got to throw that in there. All right, so it's General Knowledge Wednesday, and here are the categories. And we're playing. All right, listen, we're playing for a pair of Sixer tickets, but they're playing the Celtics. All right, Sixers Celtics tickets. Now that'll be fun, and that's February 20th. That's what we're playing for today. So our categories are easy geography, true or false. Oh my God. North American sports champions, random general knowledge questions about countries, and regular general knowledge.
All right, and I know we're playing for the Sixers Celtics tickets,
Yeah.
but more importantly, the caller's got to beat Ray. His head is getting so big. How
Yeah,
many
he's-
weeks has it been,
My
Ray?
head?
How many weeks has it been?
this week?
He's
Well-
not normally a braggart, but he has been bragging about this.
Yeah, how many weeks since you've been beaten by the callers?
This is calendar year 2024 at this point. It's been a while.
The whole calendar. You see?
So we need
we
some good callers.
Exactly. And I made it easier for the callers today. All right? So here's how you get in. 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Fanatic Sports Update.
By Bet365, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app today. Second Super Bowl in Eagles history was won on Sunday, 40-22 over the Chiefs. Just in case you hadn't heard at this point and you haven't seen the national tour that the Eagles are on right now. Cooper DeJean was on ESPN. You saw a number of birds at the Sixers game last night. And of course, Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley went on the Tonight Show. The offensive line also made a cameo there. They talked about a lot of different things. And between the jokes, Saquon Barkley talked about the viral Giants video of the owner saying that he would lose sleep if Saquon signed with the Birds, and Barkley addressed how he wants to be remembered as a running back in this league.
I'm happy to be an Eagle, and I look at it as like Marshall Faulk, one of my favorite running backs. He played for the Colts, but he's remembered as a Ram. So now I'm just trying to be remembered as an Eagle.
Be remembered as a Super Bowl champion, and something we'll all remember is this parade coming on Friday. We'll be broadcasting live from the Cambria Hotel from 10 to 2 as the parade happens down Broad Street. Elsewhere in Philadelphia, 76ers lost 106-103 the Raptors last night. Tonight they play the Nets at 7:30 in Brooklyn. You catch this game right here on The Fanatic. The Phils reporting down there to spring training, at least pitchers and catchers. It's report day. Baseball season around the corner. This update's also sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get matched to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower lower price, they'll match it. Restrictions apply. I'm Ray Dunn, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Vacation? Business trip? Don't worry. You can still hear all your favorite
31. Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, this is now Posidelphia. And in Posidelphia, we go, okay, we're satisfied. Now it's Wednesday. We were acting Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, we're just kind of coming down from it, right? And including some of the players. Uh-huh. What? A.J. Brown's over it? What? Bill? What is A.J. Brown saying here?
Yeah, this was interesting. Now, this is a long Instagram post, so bear with me. But these are the words of A.J. Brown. Quote, "After a few days, I've had time to reflect on being a champion. I tried to feel how everyone made it seem to be a champion, and unfortunately, it was short-lived. 2 days, to be exact. I've never been a champion at the highest level before, but I thought my hard work would be justified by winning it all. It wasn't. My thrill for this game comes when I dominate. It's the hunt that does it for me. It's when the DB drops his head and surrenders because he can't bleep with me. The intense battles, early mornings, late nights, sacrifices. I love putting smiles on people's faces, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't what I thought it would be. It's the journey that I love the most. Back to work." End quote. AJ's over it already. Back to work.
That's a very strange thing to do.
Now, do you like this? Because there's a part of me that likes it, Mike.
I don't like it.
There's a part of me that likes it because you're not going to just look. We talk about the new norm, right? What Doug Peterson said. That summer, Doug Peterson's writing books. Nick Foles is going on tours and stuff. Like, it was this big celebration. I kind of like you got a guy like this that it's not even 3 days later and he's like, you know what? Nope, not satisfied, man.
To me, emotions need to be explored fully. Like when somebody dies, you got to mourn. You mourn for a while. I hate when people say, well, you got to get over it, you got to move on. No, you don't. You mourn. It hurts you. You mourn. You get that emotion out of you. And when you accomplish something, you celebrate it. You don't say, oh, now I got to move on. You have very few moments in your life to celebrate that kind of achievement. So you should celebrate it. You shouldn't be 3 days in saying you're over it and it wasn't what you thought it would be. What did you expect it to be? Somebody going to shoot fireworks up your keister? Like, you're at the pinnacle of your whole career, this was.
Now, I love it. I do. I love it. I just think maybe wait till Monday. We got the parade on Friday.
What do you love about it?
I love it because he's locked in already, man. Like,
you should be locked in now.
We are talking about, is this the new norm for the Philadelphia Eagles? And like I just said, when they won Super Bowl 52, the head coach literally wrote a book that offseason. Like, it was like they all had reached the mountaintop, and after that, it was, well, what else is there going to be? AJ's going to keep everybody accountable, saying, look, we're not satisfied. This isn't what it's about. It's about dominating.
Listen, you keep them accountable in due time. You don't do it now.
Well, I'm curious. Ben, I'm curious.
Right, what's up? What are you feeling, Ray?
I just wanted on the record right now that if July happens and there's a Nick Sirianni book out, you're against it.
I would be. Yes. I don't want Sirianni love to be published until he's done his career.
Any good story that comes out about Sirianni from that book, you are not allowed to celebrate.
You know he's going to write a book. Because 100 people are going to ask him to do one.
It would be the dumbest decision financially for him of his life not to write a book.
So you'd be okay with the head coach writing a book already?
Yes, he won a Super Bowl. It's a great story. The man was supposed to be out of this town a year ago, and he won a Super Bowl.
The story's not over, though. Story's not over.
You know
then he'll write a second book.
Write a book with him? I'll guarantee you. Who's been kissing his butt more than anybody as a journalist who covers the team?
Ruben Frank?
Exactly. I guarantee. I'm predicting right now. Ruben Frank is at his knocking on his door.
They're already writing the damn book.
Exactly.
I just don't think the story has been written yet. But look, I am curious because Ray coined the term Posidelphia.
Okay, let's be clear. I didn't coin anything.
Well, I like it. So I am curious what the Posidelphia fan base thinks of this. Do you like that A.J. Brown is already saying he's over the Super Bowl win?
It's not a big thing, but it's weird. It's weird. Oh, when did he release this? Today?
Yesterday? This was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I think this was last night, maybe.
They got a parade coming on Friday. The guys were at the Sixers game last night celebrating it.
I love putting smiles on people's faces, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't what I thought it would be. It's the journey that I love the most.
It wasn't what he thought it would be. What does that mean? When the clock goes to 0, you're a Super Bowl champion. You dominated a team that was trying to win for the third straight time. It doesn't get any better than that. And you like that?
So MBD says in the YouTube chat, Kobe Bryant wins a title on Tuesday. He's in the gym on Thursday.
Okay, he's in the gym. He doesn't have to tell me he's in the gym and he's over it. He just does it. What's the point? What's the payoff of that? Releasing that to people.
I don't know, man. I kind of love it. I don't know. I kind of love it. Right? You don't like this? Or what?
I mean,
where
it's
are
not
you
the
on
way
it?
I would celebrate
It's
it.
weird.
I'd be on Broad Street before the parade. You wouldn't be able to get me off the Sansom Street. I'd be dancing around the entire city for weeks.
Wait, read that again where he says, it wasn't what I thought it would be. It's like when somebody gets justice. Like, a killer gets justice.
Right, so
people go, well, it's still, the guy's dead, so I only get so much satisfaction out of it. This is the exact opposite. This
Says here.
satisfaction goes on and 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 on. There's no loss to it.
A.J. Brown, after a few days, I've had time to reflect on being a champion. I tried to feel how everyone made it seem to be a champion, and unfortunately, it was short-lived. And he goes on. He says, my thrill for this game comes when I dominate. It's the hunt that does it for me. It's when the DB drops his head and surrenders because he can't F with me.
You know what he's doing? He's making other people feel bad for feeling good about it. He's making his teammates feel bad for feeling good.
It's the journey that I love the most back to work. I don't know, man. Look, I'm not satisfied. I want more.
All right.
And so does A.J. Brown.
610-622-0975. Michael Rapaport's coming on at 11:15. Should be fun. I'm a big fan of this guy. There's something quirky about this dude that I like. The Mike Missanelli Show continues.
The Eagles are once again Super Bowl champions. Down in the Big Easy, the Birds took down Patrick Mahomes and the two-time defending champs.
You know that's the same guitar player from Rage, right? You know that, right?
I did not know that.
You did not know that?
No.
His Audio Slave. Chris Cornell.
I don't know, Mike.
Tom Morello. A couple guys from Rage Against the Machine.
I thought I'd feel good today, being a champion.
Well, it's Posidelphia.
But it's about the journey
It's
for
about
me.
the journey for you, I know. Posidelphia, it's about the journey. We can only celebrate so much.
A.J. Brown.
So here's the rest of the tone of the rest of the show. Well, we're going to have Michael Rapaport on at 12:15. And, you know, we're going to talk about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, but it's kind of over at this point. So I hope people can just continue to listen to us today because our tone will be really excited.
Well, now, with this,
Come on, man.
with this picture on Instagram and the quote that I read before the break,
There you go, Ray.
he
Let it-
plays
solemn music.
Sade Pearls. This is what he put on it. What I'm playing is the music that
that's
AJ
your
put
playing.
over top
Okay.
of that quote. This is AJ's post, man.
It's so ridiculous. It really is. It's ridiculous.
So he plays Sade Pearls and then does that long quote about how it's not what he thought it would be. It's about the journey, and he's back to work.
I thought it would be. I swear to God, I've seen many movies where you go, you know, it wasn't worth it. You know, we convicted him, but it wasn't worth it. 'Cause
Look,
the body's still cold and
but
dead.
I get that maybe he could have waited till after the parade on Friday. But don't you need a guy like this on your team? If you want to be focused,
Dude.
head into the offseason saying, look,
Dude.
we're not satisfied. You need a guy like
Are
this.
you kidding me? Come on.
You
Come
need
on, man.
somebody
When
like
football
that,
season
man.
rolls around next year, you go, okay, it's forgotten about. Now we got a new journey. That's what you do. You don't do it now. You think people want to hear that?
I'm telling you.
Really, people still want to celebrate this.
So I'm looking at just some of the comments under that post, and I'm really looking forward to what the callers think on this, but some of the comments under the post, like, AJ, you are a beautiful human. Other people, he's a legend. Stay hungry. Dude is different.
All right, whatever.
As compared to the fans that were going to get upset with him a few days after Super Bowl.
Fans are not going to criticize one of their heroes.
Now, somebody wrote underneath. Now, I don't, you're not a psychologist to diagnose, but somebody writes underneath, it seems like he's depressed and can't find happiness. That's the way this post came off to me.
Well, I don't know what it is. I just think it's a little weird.
Jerry G, that's a championship
all right.
mindset right there.
I thought it was going to be Hurts that was over this after 2 days.
Well, I'm sure Hurts will give something like that soon. Like, Hurts is locked in.
Well, I think Hurts is also over the media tour for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
He
man.
makes Hurts look like Carrot Top.
My favorite.
Like some silly.
So there's been a lot of good Jalen Hurts stuff after he won the Super Bowl. My favorite, though, and we can't play it on the air because it just won't reflect. It's because it's a video. Him on the roller coaster at Disney World.
Yeah.
Like the exact way you would expect Jalen Hurts to look on a roller coaster. That's how he looks on the roller coaster.
We need
no emotion.
The rights to that video, and it should be our YouTube commercial break. Just
Yes.
that video on loop.
It is so good, man. I don't even think he cracks a smile.
All right, let's get back to the Fallon show with Saquon talking about shotgunning a beer. Now, I can tell you that at Penn State, I did many of these.
You shotgun beers?
Oh my God! Like freshman year in the dorm, there was this older senior guy there who taught us how to do it the right way. And so when I would come home from for breaks and stuff, I'd be out with my friends. I go, okay, let's do shotguns. And we put a little. You got the remember the old can opener? We put a triangle in it.
Yeah, you
So
do
Put
that.
that at the bottom. You suck it. You get the vacuum going, and bam! And then we would have a contest on, and I did one in 3 seconds.
That's pretty fast.
Was my low. It was like 3.1 seconds.
Ray, can you beat that?
No, Saquon beat it.
Wait, should we
You see him shotgun the video of him shotgunning a beer in the locker room. He did it in it was like a second and a half.
But that's what Fallon asked him about.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hear what Saquon had to say about that.
Wow, that was fast. That was fast. Come on.
I think I actually I was going against my teammate there, Nick, and I think I lost that one. But yeah,
He beat you?
He beat me there.
Oh my God.
I came in, seeing everybody celebrating, partying. Back in my day, I did go to Penn State, so I had my party there.
You know how to do it, yeah.
I'm telling you, that was a thing at Penn State. And The key to doing that right, and he figured it out, is that you have to open your throat completely. Like, you can't swallow at any point. You just got to open your throat. It's a technique.
Right? Can you clip this for a drop, please?
Yeah, sure.
Right? He's laughing back there. Right? Can you clip that?
All right, you sillies. My point is,
Mark the time, Ray.
My point is, it's got.
Mark the time.
You sophomores. My point is, you get the.
No, keep going. Yeah, keep going.
You get the vacuum effect, and that's the pressure that builds.
Oh man! All right,
And then it just pours down like a fire hose.
yeah.
All right, enough of that. JOs.
You need to keep carrying the same. I can't do an update right now.
Keeps going.
We need another 30 seconds.
Oh man, good stuff.
Oh, you guys suck.
Are we?
Tell them about we're broadcasting for the parade or something.
Yeah.
610.
Jalen would not shotgun, by the way. Jalen would not, because they brought the whole offensive line out
Yeah.
with Saquon and Jalen
And
and,
they tried
Jimmy
to do
Fallon.
it?
Everybody shotgunned the beer, but Jalen poured it on Landon
all right.
Dickerson.
Oh, he did?
I love that Jalen is so confident who he is, though. Like, he's not going to be, everyone's
Yeah.
doing it, I'm doing it. No.
Yeah, because he's going to he doesn't want to look imperfect.
Yeah.
And he probably never did it and doesn't know how to do it. Well, how did those offensive linemen do with it?
Oh, they crushed it. Saquon,
Yeah.
too. Even Jimmy Fallon crushed it.
He did one?
Jimmy Fallon did it with all the linemen who are wearing the overalls. Saquon. But I wonder if Jalen drinks. Maybe he's not a drinker.
No, he probably doesn't drink. All right, 610-622-0975. We'll finally get to the calls in a second because it is General Knowledge Wednesday and also Michael Rapaport at 11:15. So the Sixers sell tickets. I won't even rip the Sixers today because of that.
Yeah, let's keep it Posidelphia for a while.
Right. I'm itching to rip them. But it's
Trust
going to be
me.
very
We know.
difficult for me today. The Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Fanatic Sports Update.
The title tour continues. I'm Rick Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles, if you haven't heard, won their second Super Bowl title on Sunday, 40-22 over the Chiefs. It's now commenced a national tour for just about everyone. Cooper DeJean was on ESPN yesterday. Eagles, of course, a number of them made their way to the Sixers game. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley were on the Tonight Show with the cameo from the offensive line yesterday. A lot of fun for this Birds team as they get to bask in the afterglow of a championship. Saquon Barkley specifically talked about the viral Giants video from the offseason Hard Knocks, where the owner said that he would lose sleep if they didn't sign him, and talked about wanting to be remembered as an Eagle.
I'm happy to be an Eagle, and I look at it as like Marshall Faulk, one of my favorite running backs. You know, he played for the Colts, but he's remembered as a Ram. So now I'm just trying to be remembered as an Eagle.
And he's going to be remembered as Super Bowl champion for his performances all season long. And still some more memories to be made. The parade Friday will be at the Cambria Hotel broadcasting live during the parade, which begins at 11 o'clock Friday morning. Elsewhere in Philadelphia, the 76ers lost to the Raptors last night. They're back in action tonight against the Nets at 7:30 in Brooklyn. You catch the game right here on The Fanatic. And pitchers and catchers reporting to spring training, so baseball right around the corner for the Phils. This update brought to you by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get matched to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower price, they'll match it. Restrictions apply. I'm Ray Dunn on the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Not only can you listen to The Fanatic, but you can also watch on 97.5 The Fanatic's YouTube channel.
Watch the live stream of Kincade and Salciunas, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and the Mike Missanelli Show from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Go to youtube.com/97.5 The Fanatic Philadelphia and subscribe today to be part of the action.
What's up, everybody? It's Bill Colarulo. And if you're in need of a mid-week boost, FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sports book, has you covered with the Hump Day Parlays Reward Stack. Because now every Wednesday, you can parlay profit boosts on everything from spreads to over-unders and even player props. So don't let the weekend have all the fun. Take advantage of the Hump Day Parlays Reward Stack. Who knows? It might just become your favorite day of the week. Look for the Hump Day Parlays Reward Stack in the FanDuel app to find your profit boost. You can visit FanDuel.com/winning. That's FanDuel.com/winning and make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older, present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Uh, 10:56, Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic.
What happened to all our contestants?
Yeah, we had a full board, and all of a sudden, people just got off it. And they were all general knowledge contestants, too.
Yeah, I need people to beat Ray today.
Yeah.
The kid's feeling good about himself.
The author of Posidelphia.
Well, Ray actually came out and said he thought he would feel good about being the general knowledge champ, but it's more about the journey for him.
Oh, it's every time I get home from a General Knowledge Wednesday, I'm just fueled for the next one.
You're A.J. Brown, man.
A lot of people are saying that. A.J. Brown and I, a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Inner excellence.
All right. Greg's been hanging for almost an hour. Oh, when Greg hangs, he hangs. He's Greg from Bethlehem, the one and only. What's up, Greg?
Hey, good morning, guys. I didn't realize this was an X-rated show. Did
Yeah, these high school kids that I'm working with.
Mike? Did you minor in marital counseling at Penn State?
Marital counseling?
Yeah.
Why do I happen to know a lot about it?
I obviously, as far as the OC goes, Kellen Moore's out the door. in my opinion, obviously he didn't. He wasn't an offensive genius. I thought he was solid, but this should be one of the premier opportunities for somebody that wants to be an OC. Do you think they'll poach somebody from another NFL team or go college?
I won't be a college guy. There'd be somebody with experience as an offensive coach in the league. Like, for instance, here are some of the names that were put out today. Like Darrell Bevel, he's been around for a long time. He's a passing game coordinator for Miami Dolphins. There's Marcus Brady, who was here at one point, and he's currently the passing game coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers. Who else did they put down? Bills guy, Frank Reich. He loves Frank Reich,
and I think
for reasons that are unclear to me.
If I'm not mistaken, Bevel was with Seattle all those years that Russell Wilson had that success. So that could make sense because you want to bring in a guy who's used to working with a mobile quarterback.
Well, Mike Denbrock he's actually at Notre Dame, but he has an NFL experience. David Girardi, who worked with the Chiefs and was Mahomes' guy for the last 2 years. Mike LaFleur, who's the brother of the Packers coach. He's currently offensive coordinator with the Los Angeles Rams. That would be kind of a lateral move.
Okay.
T. Martin's an interesting name. T. Martin, former Tennessee quarterback, has been in the league for a while. He's the quarterback coach now for the Ravens.
Okay.
There's Josh McCown, your old buddy, who was the backup quarterback here. And there's Kevin Patullo.
Job.
Kevin Patullo is Sirianni's right-hand man here. So,
I mean, this should be a premier job, don't you think?
yeah, it is a premier job. Yeah, there's no question it's a premier job. You'd take this job, wouldn't you?
Oh, it's without a doubt. And look, Sirianni, say what you will about the guy, his coaching tree is getting pretty big.
Almost as big as my coaching tree.
Shane Stutt, your coaching tree is pretty good.
My coaching tree has yet to be,
Well, in fact, I was watching NFL Network last night, and Mike Garofalo was up, and I go, hey, there was somebody else that used to produce.
He's on my coaching tree.
There's
Mike Garofalo now, he's a big star.
You did this.
Ray will be a big star. It remains to be seen about you.
Yeah, I don't know if you did this on the air when we were on Radio Row or we did it off the air, but we made the list of all the people. I think it was on the air. You made all the people who had worked on your show at one point during their career.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing some big things.
Yeah, I'm Andy Reid.
But look at the guys who have now been here.
Hold on a second.
What, you just referred to yourself as Andy Reid?
No.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah. It's 11 o'clock, and that means it's the Mike Missanelli Show on WPEN HD Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group Station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities.
So what I was going to say is you look at the guys who have been here. Jonathan Gannon was here. He's a head coach now. Shane Steichen was here. He's a head coach now. Kellen Moore was here. He's a head coach now. So I don't know. What's more impressive? 4 playoff appearances in his first 4 years, 2 Super Bowl appearances in 4 years with a Super Bowl victory, or already having 3 guys from your staff become head coaches. So I know that we had somebody on NFL Network joined the morning show. I'm forgetting who it was. Was it Weich? Who said people don't like Sirianni around the league?
Yeah, I believe those who said
So they may say that, but they clearly like hiring people from his tree. 3 head coaches already, man. That's impressive.
Why wouldn't they like Sirianni around the league?
I think White said it's
arrogance?
the way he carries himself.
But here's the thing. The people don't keep up. I swear to God, people have these narratives that they ride with, and all these narratives could be adjusted. Sirianni matured after a certain period of time this year. You can't saddle him with the same immaturity thing. It completely changed. And you can't saddle Jalen Hurts with he can't throw. Because if you paid attention, he made big throws all year. They just happen to be a running team primarily. But people can't adapt. I don't understand it. This White should know better than to say something like that.
Yeah, he was saying people around the league, which is possible. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who aren't happy that he carries himself that way.
But is that
But you're
really,
right, he's changed.
Is that a current impression, or is that just an impression that a reporter got from way long ago?
Well, look, we follow
how reporters you got to keep up.
You're right, but we follow the team every single day. I mean, we live it.
Okay.
We breathe it.
Well, if you are a football journalist, you have to do the same thing.
You're right, but I'm thinking that a lot of these national guys, they're not as locked in on the Eagles as we are.
They should be.
So they still have the images of him mugging for the camera and taunting the fans and all that.
Okay, well, that's lazy journalism. That's all that is. That's lazy journalism. Now, if you cover a specific team, you shouldn't have to know that. If you cover the league nationally, you should be keeping up to date. There was a clear demarcation from the immature Sirianni to the mature Sirianni.
And the thing I always go back to, it sounds like they all love, come on, men. We're going to do it, men. We're going to run and we're going to fight, men.
Yeah, people around the league love him.
Love Dan
That's
Campbell.
the narrative.
But they don't love Nick Sirianni.
Right.
Come on now.
All right, let's go to
Step into a Slim Jim, Ray.
Tiffany on a cell. Tiff, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Tiffany. Hello. What's happening to Tiff?
I don't know.
He's holding for a long time. Come on, Tiffany.
And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? It's pretty good, Ray.
All right.
Fantastic.
The best is I
So
could
you know-
only see Ray's eyes.
You know the song. Do you know the book?
What book? Breakfast at Tiffany's? I know the movie. Is it based on the book? The worst part is when I look at Ray through the glass, the monitor, the computer monitor, blocks everything but his eyes. It's like, remember Home Improvement when you could only see the neighbor from the eyes up or whatever?
So you know.
That's why I just get Ray, like, his eyes just glaring at
You know
me.
the song, you know the movie, but you don't know Breakfast at Tiffany's was written by Truman Capote.
Oh, Capote.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. you see, this is part of you learning. This is how I developed the tree.
Oh, Tiffany's back. Tiffany's back.
Oh, is she? Yeah. All right. So let's get back Tiffany back. Tiffany, what happened to you?
Hello.
Hello, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm alright. Just listening to your show. I'm a big fan now. I used to never listen to Sports Talk until my boyfriend, but I'm becoming an avid listener.
Tiffany, I can hardly understand you here. You're not talking into the receiver here. Can you take us off speaker? Yeah, take us off speaker there.
Okay. I'm doing well. I'm listening to the show. I used to never listen to Sports Talk at all, but now I find myself listening every day because of my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to answer some questions. Or answer a question. Hope it doesn't meet right.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry.
I couldn't understand her.
I can't understand her.
Oh. She was. I think what I got was that she never listened to sports
Her
talk
boyfriend.
because her boyfriend listens to us. She listens every day. Well, we appreciate it.
And we do appreciate it. And we just couldn't really understand the
Yeah,
there
we
was a
couldn't.
bad connection there, unfortunately.
Oh man, I think she was going to take Ray
She
down
calling
for
back?
general knowledge
She
too.
calling back here? Is that what it is? All right. Meanwhile, let's go to Jerry L in South Philly. Jerry L, what's happening? How you feeling about that Super Bowl victory?
You had to put me on after her.
Well, at least I can hear you.
Michael's just basking in the glow. What a wonderful game.
Certainly.
I just went and saw a friend of mine that is laid up and talked about it. The Dean runs it in. It's over. And the worst part about it was they let Andy Reid be a Wentz should have been in the game. They should have been running the ball, not throwing bombs and doing onside kicks.
Well, you know how
Andy-
Andy Reid got humiliated. You see his face? He was steaming inside. He was getting humiliated. So he wanted to make the final score look better.
And I was glad I didn't have to see the plastic hunts either.
Yeah.
Because that gang there looks like they just came right out of an art class.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Jerry. You know, I told you I smoked them on the treadmill back at Super Bowl 59. No, Super Bowl 54.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, they tackle. No one else in football tackles like that.
No, you're absolutely right. They do tackle.
When people miss tackles, it's that extra 12 to 13 yards the guy gets.
Yeah.
They don't miss those.
I got to be honest, though. I
stop
thought
them
the
dead.
Kansas City Chiefs really focused on tackling Saquon, too.
They're a good tackling
Yeah,
team.
they were a
They
good
are.
tackling team.
Jones is 95, 98. Then the kid, he had a great game, the other tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. Mill
The
Williams,
other
you're talking
tackle,
about?
I can't remember the guy's name.
Mill Williams?
No, but no, it wasn't not the Eagles. The guy who played
The
Kansas City.
Chiefs. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't care about the Chiefs anymore. All right, man. You want to do a little general knowledge to start things off today?
Sure, I'd love to beat my boy Ray.
And you got Sixer tickets at stake against the Celtics.
There you go.
All right.
I'll give it to somebody.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Jerry, who wrote A Midsummer Night's Dream?
William Shakespeare.
That is correct.
All right,
Hold
good
on
start.
a second. Jerry L. cashes a ticket right out of the chute, and now it's time for Ray. All right, Ray. What did Peter Carl Fabergé famously make?
Fabric.
That's incorrect.
Thank you.
He made the Fabergé eggs.
Oh.
The classic Fabergé eggs that are on display.
They're
in
expensive,
France.
right?
Yes, they are. 610-632-0975. Audience 1. Ray Bob 0. Can this be the day? Coming up next, Michael Rapaport, the actor, after this.
Super Bowl champions Nick Sirianni.
This team embraced adversity throughout the entire year now.
12. Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5. The Fanatic. It is General Knowledge Wednesday. Today we're playing for a pair of tickets. Sixers, Boston Celtics, February 20th. The audience is ahead 1-0.
We need them to take down Ray today.
We do need them.
We got to keep the positive vibes going. We got the Super Bowl championship. Let's not mention the Sixers, but let's take down Ray.
All right.
Pitchers and catchers?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, when is that? That's soon.
Today.
Today?
Today.
Showing up today?
They're showing up today.
Oh, man. Baseball already.
Thank goodness.
I'll take it.
I saw the St. Joe baseball team practicing yesterday outside.
A little cold.
You can't. See, people don't know how ridiculous it is to play baseball in the Northeast Corridor, where you got to go out there in January.
Hit the ball. Your hands stink.
You're itching to get it. You can only do so much inside. And we used to be inside. It was colder inside. We practiced inside the ice rink.
Yeah, that's
where it was freezing cold. Like it was 20 degrees colder outside, but it was still like 30 inside this ice rink.
What's the weather on Friday? Because I'm hearing we're broadcasting from outside. Is it going to be cold?
It's going to be chilly. Yeah, it's going to be chilly. We're broadcasting outside.
Yeah, so we're going to be on the balcony of the Cambria Hotel.
That's correct.
Overlooking Broad Street.
Mm-hmm.
Ray's going to be down there with us. The morning show's starting. We even have our sister stations. WMMR is going to be there. XTU is going to be there. It's going to be awesome, man.
Oh, yeah, 37.
That's not too bad.
And some wind.
Wait. It's not too bad.
That's not too bad, right? It could have been colder.
Your guy doesn't play golf unless it's 50.
Yeah, you're right.
37's not too bad?
Well, you know what I'm going to do tonight? Maybe I'll go to the Burlington Coat Factory, get one of those jackets that have the scarf built in.
The one that Ray has?
I'm taking that scarf and I'm throwing it over the balcony.
See, I got one of those puffy jackets, but I can't work in one of those puffy winter things.
Well, that's the thing. I got one of those big puffy jackets, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to wear it, but it's not the most ideal.
I know. It's unbelievable.
But here's what's going to be great. We got the morning show. We go on the air at 10. With the parade starting at 11, we're going to be right in the middle of the show when they come by us at the Cambria Hotel. Like, you're going to hear it. If you're not down there and you're listening to us on the air, you are going to hear the eruption when they come by. I'm thinking probably around noon, right? By the time they get to where we are?
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Exactly. All right. So the parade is Friday with the Mike Missanelli Show broadcasting live. And then on Saturday, you're hanging around. There's a big comedy show at the Fillmore. Michael Rapaport, the great actor, comedian. I'm one of his. I'm really a fan of this guy because I love his movies, and he's a big basketball fan. So we want to get like his view on this whole thing and whether Mike, how you doing? You doing all right?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I got to ask you first of all: are you coming in early for the parade to Philly, or are you just going to?
Well, I'm not coming in early for the parade. I'm coming in early to get my mind, body, and soul ready to sort of weave around the parade and then perform in a Philadelphia Super Bowl champion city that's having a parade on the same day that I'm performing. So I don't know why they're waiting for Friday to have the parade. That being said, I'm a visitor. I'm expecting an exciting day. I'm expecting a lot of energy, and anybody who wants to, have a little safe space after the parade, come out and see me at the Fillmore on Friday night. Valentine's Day, the city of brotherly love, the city of brotherly shoves, and you guys earned a championship. So it's gonna be
you're gonna get an audience in a really good mood. I tell you that. Let's talk about. I know you started out as a stand-up, and then you got the big stardom with the movies, and I love all the movies you're in. I want to talk about those in a second. But what's the theme of your comedy these days?
That's a good question. The theme of my comedy these days is always, myself. I think that you got to pull from your own life. I like to talk about, being married, being divorced. There's a little sports. There's a little politics. There's a little, poking fun at the audience, poking fun at myself, of course, and, everything in between. But, it's really just about what's going on and where I'm at in my life.
All right, you're a big sports fan, big Knicks fan.
Yes.
In fact, you were a commentator on the Big Three with Ice Cube and the whole bit. The Knicks are riding high right now, not so much in this town. What can you tell me about the Sixers?
Well, you need to get a doctor, a better doctor on staff. I don't know why you paid Paul George all that money. I mean, he's had a great career, but he's coming to the end of it. I don't know what's going on with Joel. I've always liked Joel. And I mean, listen, we got bigger fish to fry in New York. We ain't riding high. We're doing good, but we ain't riding high. Nothing's riding high till we get a championship banner in the Garden. But you guys need to get healthy out there. You got a lot. Obviously Tyrese Maxey is the man, but you got to get healthy.
Yeah, Mike, it's over. It's over for the Sixers. Forget health. They can't possibly pull this together. It's been a wasted season, and I agree with you 100% on Paul George. We're disgusted here with the Sixers, and fortunately for the Sixers, the Eagles carried this winter so far.
I mean, what is the vibe like on 2 days before I perform, and then of course the Super Bowl parade? Notice I put me performing in the Super Bowl parade.
The vibe is amazing. Football defines this town. So when you win a Super Bowl, people are crazy, and that parade is going to be insane. I think you need to go to the parade and form some impressions and include it in your comedy act because it's going to be nuts.
I'm afraid if I go to the parade, I won't make it to my show. Also, why are you waiting till a Friday?
Well, because of the weather. It snowed. It snowed today. There's snow on the ground.
But, I mean, normally the parade comes like the day after.
But the weather report was bad, so they would look for a day where it would be clear, and that's why they brought it Friday. I think it was a good move by them. Be honest with you.
I guess. I mean, nothing's going to stop these animals from taking, like the Rocky statue. I heard they're trying to take that, and the Liberty Bell. I saw some lunatics walking around with a entire light post the other day. I mean, you guys are nuts out there.
Well, champions, city of champions, Mike. And I want to talk about your movie career because I love these three movies that you're in, and in succession. We're talking. True Romance is one of my favorite movies of all time. And then you go Copland in '97, and you be 96 Beautiful Girls, and then Copland in '97. Let me just read off some of these actors you worked with. First of all, in True Romance, you got Hopper. You got Pitt, you got Gary Oldman, you got Christian Slater, you got Bronson Pinchot, and the list goes on. Patricia Arquette, and on and on and on and on. And even James Gandolfini. What was it like doing that movie with all those people?
It was as exciting as you could imagine. I was a kid in a candy store. I am such a fan of so many of the people that you mentioned: Christopher Walken, Dennis Hopper, Christian Slater. I don't know whatever happened to that Brad Pitt you mentioned.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. He didn't do much after that movie.
No, he hasn't done much. I thought he was going to have a good career. I couldn't have been more excited. The great Tony Scott, who directed Top Gun. I was young. It was a great opportunity, and I cherished every moment from it. To be honest with you, I didn't take any day for granted. I knew. I think everybody knew that we were making a good film. I didn't think that anybody would be talking about it 30 years later, but it's an honor to have been a part of a movie that still.
Yeah, Bronson Pinchot obviously was in that. We got a scene from. I want to play it for you. This is you interacting with Brad Pitt because your interaction in that little apartment you share was fantastic. Here it is.
I don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. All I got is f***ing Floyd.
Condescend me, man. Kidding you, man.
Condescend to me, man. So you had to obviously do these takes with Brad Pitt. Tell me about it.
I mean, I don't think anyone was not aware that he was going to be a super duper star. He hadn't done much, but there was just excitement on him. He had done Thelma and Louise and a river run through it. I think he was getting ready to do that vampire movie, but you just knew like he's special. No one expected him to show up, the way he did for True Romance, playing the stoner. But he's a great actor, and he's obviously special, and he's had a totally unique career, and he's a one of a kind, movie star, and he's a good people, always been good people, regular guy. And I remember that day clearly. It was an exciting day. Gandolfini had done nothing at the time. He was very, very nervous. I remember James Gandolfini was very nervous, on the set. But it was just it was as exciting, like I said, as to watch it as it was to be a part of it.
And of course, it's the Tarantino script, so I assume that all these actors wanted to work on that movie because of the script. But now you go to Beautiful Girls. Now, this is an underrated movie. I don't know how many people have seen this. This is very underrated, very cute movie. Timothy Hutton, Natalie Portman, a young Natalie Portman, Uma Thurman, Matt Dillon, Lauren Holly, Mira Sorvino, and you're in this one. And then Copland with De Niro and Keitel and Sly. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I was out of my mind doing that movie as well. Rocky was my first favorite movie. That movie changed my whole, life as a kid, and to work with him, to work with De Niro and Harvey Keitel and the late great Ray Liotta. I was pumped. I was excited, and I had to sort of separate church and state because I had to leave my fandom in the trailer and go to work and kick butt. But
that's amazing because you're just a kid from New York, and all of a sudden you're in a big movie world with all these big stars. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. I watched this documentary, and I didn't realize that you directed this documentary on A Tribe Called Quest. That was fabulous. Yep. Was that your idea?
Yeah, it was my idea. Beach Rhymes in Life, Travels of a Tribe Called Quest. I've always been a big fan of theirs. And, I thought it was going to be one thing. It turned out to be something else. And with the passing of Fife, I'm so glad we got it done. It was very challenging, but I'm proud that I was able to make it happen.
That was really good stuff. All right, so you got the big comedy show in Philly. Now, this is part of a tour. Are you going on tour with this?
A little tour, slight tour, yeah. But I got the big show Friday night, Valentine's Day, City of Brotherly Love on the Day of Love, Super Bowl Friday. But I'm doing shows in Philly. Then I'll be going someplace to Canada. I got a show in New York City, which I'm excited about. I'm performing in Stamford, Connecticut, and I'm moving and grooving around a little bit. But I definitely have had, great shows in Philadelphia in the past. I love the crowds. They're rowdy, but they're also, like to, have fun and, good natured. I like I said, I like to talk trash about myself. I like to give it as good as I could take it.
Yeah, you certainly do. Mike, this is my buddy Bill here. Yeah.
He asked you about all these great roles, but he didn't ask you about maybe your best when you played a Philadelphia Eagles sports talk caller in The Big Fan. A New York guy playing a Philly sports talk caller.
I forgot about that.
That was my favorite role you've ever had, man.
I know that was a good movie, small movie, but I definitely loved doing that. Patton Oswalt, and it was a good film, and people bring it up. I feel like it didn't get the recognition it deserved, but it's still a film, especially in Philly, in the sports world. People know about it.
So how did it feel to be an Eagles fan, though? You had to feel good, man.
Listen.
What are you, a Giants or Jets? Are you Giants or Jets?
I'm a Giants fan, and I was hedging for the Eagles because of Saquon, and I wanted to see Taylor Swift cry. I don't know if that actually happened. She did not seem very happy. You guys earned it. I'm not going to sit here and go, yay, 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 Eagles. But I was, because of Saquon and because of the fact that the Chiefs have been just on a disgusting run, I'm very happy for the Eagles. And I've always been a Sixers fan. Dr. J was my first favorite athlete as a kid. So I've always loved the Sixers, through the Dr. J, Bobby Jones, Caldwell Jones, Mo Cheeks, Billy Cunningham era with Moses Malone, and, of course, the Iverson years. So I'm definitely more Sixers than I am Eagles, but I was rooting for you guys this time. You beat the snot out of them.
They really
beat the dog snot out of them.
We're talking to Michael Rapaport. Last question, Mike. Did you really stop a guy on an airplane from grabbing the exit door?
I kind of resent that, when you bring me up, you say actor, comedian, but you don't say American hero.
Well, that's why I brought it up, because we're going to leave, we're going to leave you with the American hero.
You probably threw it in there like it was kind of like a was it true? Yeah, it was true. A guy was trying to open the plane door, and I was on there with a bunch of NBA guys, And I got up and did what any normal person would do, pushed him against the wall and said, "What the F are you doing?" And he kept trying to go for the door. Then we stuffed him in the bathroom. And then the flight attendants came up there. They didn't act as quickly as I did, but it was scary. But yeah,
look at you, man. You are an American hero.
I would appreciate next time when you introduce me. Say,
I will.
Comedian, American hero.
I wanted to save that for last. Captain America, we got here. Michael Rapaport. Yeah. It's fantastic. Exactly. Mike, listen, great talking to you. I love talking to you about movies. I'd love to hang out with you one night. Can we do that? We get your buddy. I'm buddies with Isola and Scalabrini up there. I know you're on that show a lot.
Those are my guys. To me, as far as an all NBA show, those guys are the best. And, I appreciate you having me on, and I'm looking forward to having a great night.
All right, this is Friday night at the Fillmore.
Friday night at the Fillmore,
right.
And everybody party safely for the parade. I don't want to hear any injuries or people getting hurt. I didn't like what happened the last time. I want everybody to be safe.
All right, brother. Thanks for being on. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, it's Michael Rapaport, the actor. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Christian Slater, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, Bronson Pinchot, Chris Penn, Tom Sizemore, Patricia Arquette were in that movie.
You remember the game 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
You could do that with Rapaport. With the amount of actors that he has worked with over his career.
De Niro, Sly, and Keitel.
Incredible.
He's just a kid from the Bronx who got thrown out of high school.
Don't forget Omar Epps.
Or Brooklyn.
And Higher Learning.
There you go.
Ice Cube.
That's right.
Right?
Have you seen this Tribe Called Quest documentary?
I have not.
I highly recommend it. Have you seen this, Ray? You a Tribe Called Quest man? That's too old.
1984.
That's that.
Senior year,
That's
gonna be high. All the guys were corny, but the girls are mad fly.
That's old school hip hop.
Like butter, baby.
He's
like
not
butter.
doing much to encourage
the documentary is really good. You should see it. All right, 610-632-0975. Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Title Tour continues. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. When you need a water heater, choose one that is built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. The Eagles won their second Super Bowl title in franchise history with a 40-22 win over the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday, and now they're all over the nation. We saw Cooper DeJean on ESPN yesterday. The Eagles, of course, taking over the 76ers game last night. Hurts and Saquon on the Tonight Show with the cameo from the offensive line. And going to the Tonight Show, Saquon Barkley talks about that viral video from the offseason Hard Knocks where the Giants owner said he'd lose sleep if they lost Saquon Barkley. Barkley addressed that, and also the fact he wants to be remembered as an Eagle.
I'm happy to be an Eagle, and I look at it as like Marshall Faulk, one of my favorite running backs. He played for the Colts, but he's remembered as a Ram. So now I'm just trying to be remembered as an Eagle.
And he'll be remembered as a Super Bowl champion forever. There'll be a parade to celebrate that Friday. We on the Mike Missanelli Show will be broadcasting live from the Cambria Hotel throughout that parade. 76ers lost last night to the Raptors. They play the Nets tonight at 7:30 in Brooklyn. Pitchers and catchers report today for the Phillies, so baseball season right around the corner. This update's also brought to you by True Green. True Green gets a golf course quality lawn for less than what you think. Sign up at truegreen.com. That's TRUgreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. I'm Ray Dunn, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
John Kincade.
5:35. I apologize for not getting to the general knowledge questions. We only had two on the board so far.
Only 2?
Yeah.
1-0 callers.
Yeah, it's 1-0. So we'll hit that. And, listen, we're talking about the new norm here. And in 2017, we thought it would be, but it really turned out not to be. This looks like it has the potential, because it's built the right way, to last, to sustain for a pretty long time. I mean, I don't know how long really good teams sustain. They have a period of maybe 4 years worth. But can they repeat? Can they win another Super Bowl? It's hard. It's hard to do it. But I think they're built the right way.
I saw a tweet yesterday. Remember when we were on Radio Row and we saw that front office sports or whatever? So they tweeted something out about how the Eagles have really utilized backloading contracts, and it's going to come back to haunt them in the years to come. How long have we been hearing that, though, with Howie Roseman? So, like, when we talk about is this sustainable with a salary cap era and all that, Howie always finds a way. Like, he always finds a way. Like, I know they got a lot of free agents. You got Milton Williams, Mekhi Becton, Josh Sweat, Zach Baun. Those are, like, the starters who are free agents. He'll find a way to at least sign a couple of those guys.
By the way, you don't have to apologize for questioning Howie's defensive picks early in the season. If you recall, Ray, remember?
Oh,
Howie, I know about these defensive guys that he's drafted, blah, blah, blah.
Listen.
Now, a lot of people would say you should apologize for that. I, however, say at the time, your criticism was legit.
Well, I'm with you on this. Like, I am not going to apologize, because when you looked at last season's defense, the reason it was so bad, they didn't have young talent contributing. They didn't have young talent on rookie contracts contributing. And when you had looked at his draft picks, you didn't know what you had in the Kobe Dean. You didn't know really what you had in Jordan Davis. You didn't know what you had in the Keely Ringos of the world and the Nolan Smiths of the world. I'm not going to apologize, because at the time, you're correct. They lacked young defensive talent. But now you look at it.
You were saying that this year, too.
At the beginning of the season, I was.
Yes, you were.
And then you saw Nolan Smith come on. You've seen Jalen Carter take it to a different level. You saw all the draft picks, Quinyon, Cooper DeJean, Jalix Hunt, all contributing. Even Maro Ajomo, the 7th-round draft pick from 2023, he reinvented himself, man. You got to give Howie Roseman. Really, you could say this about the 3 big guys on this team, right? Howie Roseman struggled drafting defensive talent. He changed. Nick Sirianni maybe struggled in controlling his emotions. He changed. Jalen Hurts maybe struggled at times connecting with teammates. They wanted him to be a better leader. He's changed. And now with those 3 guys growing, that's why I think this is the new norm.
All right.
Because it can continue.
I got you. All right, let's get some phone calls in here. Evan in Hoboken, you're on 97.5 Fanatic. What's up, Evan?
Gentlemen, what a way to start the year. I'm a medical device rep in New York City. I appreciate you guys each and every day. I listen to you all the time. I missed the parade last time, not miss it this time coming in. Bill, I love how you say it, man. We always say in Howie we trust. How about in Sirianni we trust? This guy has just completely changed his team, and I can't wait for the years to come with these guys.
I love it, man. I love it. Wait, you're in New York? You said you're in Hoboken, so you're in Giants territory, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at that point, I've been here. So I grew up in northeastern PA from Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. And everybody's like, you're in Giants country. I said, this ain't Giants country anymore. Until you guys start beating us, this is Eagles territory. So I love walking around my gear on. Their tears are my lifeblood. I love it. It's amazing.
And you live in where old Blue Eyes was born.
That's correct.
Oh, yeah.
Little Frank Sinatra, baby.
Sure there's not any statue there, right? Or any kind of commemorative thing for Blue Eyes. All right, brother. Yeah. Evan, general knowledge, you want to play? You want to go head-to-head with Ray?
Let's do it. Let's go, Ray.
All right, Ray. This is easy geography, true or false. Oh, my God. This is a gift. Well, it's 50-50 anyway. Here's the question. There is a country named Chad. True or false?
True.
That is correct.
Nice.
Hold on
Nice.
Ray? Most of the island of Greenland is covered with lush forest and grasslands, which is why it's called Greenland. True or false?
False.
Oh, that's an easy one.
That is false is correct.
Yeah, because Greenland is
covered
actually
by ice.
icy Iceland is actually green.
And it
The
was
original
named,
false advertising.
well, it was named that way because the people of Iceland did not want people to come to their little country.
Oh, is that why they named it that?
Yes. So they threw it off. You go, we're out. No, we're not going to go to Iceland. We're going to go to Greenland. But Iceland really is the lush.
Very interesting.
How about that?
Very
610-632-0975 back after this.
Tyrone Johnson.
Nick Sirianni clearly had the guys on the razor's edge.
Oh, yeah, Ray. Back streets back. All right.
11:45.
Oh, we're going to have fun on Friday.
Mike Missanelli Show. Let's go to the text board, Ray. A lot of texts are flying in today on a General Knowledge Wednesday. What do you got?
All right, starting with the question of the new normal, Terrence from Willington says the only thing that could get in their way is egos. They got to stay together. To repeat, remember to play for the same goal. And then followed up with an AJ text concerned about AJ after that post because
too depressed.
He
Depressive.
He needs to get. He says regulate his emotions better.
Yeah, Bill. For the people that haven't heard this, do you have that?
I have
in
it
front of you here.
I do. It's a long one.
Okay, this is AJ Brown. Yesterday put this out.
Yeah, so it's an Instagram post. He's got pictures of himself in the Super Bowl. The song being played is Sade Pearls, which is a very sad song. And then this is the quote from AJ. After a few days, I've had time to reflect on being a champion. I tried to feel how everyone made it seem to be a champion, and unfortunately, it was short-lived. 2 days to be exact, LOL. I never been a champion at the highest level before, but I thought my hard work would be justified by winning it all. It wasn't. My thrill for this game comes when I dominate. It's the hunt that does it for me. It's when the DB drops his head and surrenders because he can't F with me. The intense battles, early mornings, late nights, sacrifices. I love putting smiles on people's faces, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't what I thought it would be. It's the journey that I love the most. Back to work.
Wow. I mean, dude.
So you wanted him to celebrate a little more. I would have been okay if he waited until Monday after the parade, but I love the attitude, man. I love that they're not going to be satisfied. We're talking about dynasties. We're talking about new norms. This is what you need.
Say that like in July or like mini camp or something. Like, come on, man. All right. In any event, there's a headline that's bugging me that I had to put it out. I knew I wasn't going to talk about the Sixers today, or I thought I wasn't going to talk about the Sixers. But after what happened last night, remember I said that looks like a good bet, -9. I think I'll take the Sixers tonight.
Told you can't trust them.
I believe we both told you that was not.
Yeah, and I listened to both of you, and I you know what? So I played Michigan last night over Purdue.
Push?
I think it wasn't push. It was -2, Michigan. They win it. They win it by 2. But in any event, here's a headline in the Inquirer today. I get through the Inquirer in the morning, the digital version of the actually newspaper, right? So here I see this headline. Kyle Lowry accepting, quote, elder statesman's role. Are you freaking kidding me that you would waste? This story is like 30 inches long on Kyle Lowry. What? What editor would suggest? You know, I think it's a good idea to do a story on Kyle Lowry. Are you kidding me? It was a ridiculous signing. It was a wasted signing, bringing this guy. All due respect to the guy, he's cooked. You do a story on him?
We saw
the elder statesman's role?
We kind of saw he was cooked last year. I was surprised they brought him back. I would not have done.
How do you do it? Seriously? Would you ever think of doing a story like this?
But I guess when you look at it from the reporters' perspectives who are covering this team, like, what else can they write about at this point? The team's terrible.
It's either you don't write about anything or you write about Kyle Lowry except to get elder statesman's role. Do you think there are people that care about Kyle Lowry at this point? He's been a total letdown for them.
You see, I thought you were going with a different headline.
What, the Donovan McNabb headline?
No, I thought you were going to talk about Keith Pompey's.
What's his headline? Well, he doesn't write the headline, so it's nothing to do with the writer. I'm saying, like an editor would come to you and go, I think we need a story on blah, blah, blah. And I would go, well, no, that's not of interest to the general pop.
Well, this is the headline. Paul George says playing with Joel Embiid is a bigger challenge than expected, but I'm here to learn. Now, all I ever heard was that Embiid makes it easy to play with him because he's so dominant.
In February, they're here to learn still? This whole thing is so ridiculous. I watching the game last night. They got the big three playing. Maxey decided, well, I don't feel like playing. I don't know what happened to him last night, right? He didn't make a field goal until the fourth quarter. But serious, what are you doing here? What is this? Is Nick Nurse getting any blame for this at all? They had the big three last night. They lost to the Raptors.
Raptors stink, man. They were a -400 on the money line, and they lost to the damn Raptors with the big three. By the way, we're not doing it today.
Nice distraction.
Yeah, it is. But that's the thing. We're not going to do it today, Ray. But for those who missed it, when we were on Radio Row, the Sixers very strategically made Daryl Morey available to us after we had been asking for months. And Mike did an exceptional interview of Daryl Morey, but it clearly got steamrolled because it was the Friday before the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So we're going to have to play that next week, I think.
Yeah, and he said, if I pushed him against the wall and said, are you ready to admit that you made a mistake signing these older players? He went, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's go. Ed in Greensburg, PA. Ed, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Ed.
Oh, how you guys doing? Hey, first of all, I'm Mike. I love you guys. Am I in a coma or is this real?
It's real, Ed. They won a Super Bowl,
awesome.
Ed.
Listen, I want to give a shout out to all the poor guys, and plus 8,500 on that had Jahan Dotson to score the first touchdown of that game.
How about that, man? Well, he didn't score the first time.
No, they got called back.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Your heart broke because they ruled it a touchdown to start.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. The hands went up. But you know what? Let's go back to this, AJ. I'm with the other guy. I don't, everyone's wired different. I go to work, and we all work together well, blah, 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 blah. There's some people that are wired like that. They show up 45 minutes before they got to go to work. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm stumbling in 2 minutes before I got to hit the clock. Whatever, as long as they keep winning. If AJ's wired that way, I'm all for it.
All right. I just think it's I don't know what the purpose of it is. Like, why would you put that out? If you think that's fine, why would you put that out there? Like, if you put it out there as we think about another football season coming our way, okay, I got it. You forgot about it. But to say like 2 days later you've forgotten about the thrill of winning a Super Bowl, I mean, everybody's still immersing themselves in that thrill.
I'm still pinching myself.
That's what I mean. It's like, what? Come on, man.
Not only that, the way we won the game. The game was
I mean, he does some things that I just I know, and I get criticized. Well, you're a hater, man. AJ could do nothing wrong. I go, all right, well, whatever. All right, let me give you your general knowledge question. We're in the sports category here.
I'm going to whip this guy. I asked the guy on the phone, is this the guy that went to Gettysburg College? Who's that?
No, that's Bill.
Yeah, that's me, man.
Do you trust Fun Baby? You know how much it costs to go there?
No,
Bill, thankfully,
Bill had $1,000. He was a football star.
I had some financial aid, man. It is expensive school.
Oh, my God, it's like an Ivy League. All right, let's go.
They say it's the Ivy League of D3.
North American sports champions since 2000. All right.
I love it. It's a great time.
In the year 2003, this team broke the three-peat of the Los Angeles Lakers. Who was it?
Golden State Warriors?
That is incorrect. Sorry, Ed. It was the San Antonio Spurs.
The Western PA accent was good right there from him. I immediately looked up where Greensburg was as soon as he started speaking.
Yeah.
Ray, in 2008, the Philadelphia Phillies won the World Series. Can you name two of the three other champions in the other main sports of the big four sports?
Got it. Two of the other three from that year. So, champions that ended in 2008. So, football season, are we counting the 2007 football season that ends in 08 or the 08 going to 2009?
We're counting the 08 season.
08. So, that would be the Steelers.
That is correct.
Steelers would be one of those teams.
One more.
And then, certainly not getting the hockey one. So, NBA, let's go with the Lakers.
Incorrect, Ray. 2008, Paul Pierce.
Oh, I thought they were 7 and then they got it 8. That's tough.
Interesting. Who was the hockey? Was it the Blackhawks?
Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, the Red Wings.
Yeah. Good luck.
610-632-0975. We roll into the noontime hour with the news at noon coming your way after this.
Fanatic Sports update.
Title Tour continues. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Electrical Workers Local 269, the Electrical Training Alliance. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 269 will be accepting applications starting January 1st until March 31st at IBEW269.com. Second Super Bowl title in Eagles franchise history came Sunday with a 40-22 win over the Chiefs. Eagles been all over the map since then. Cooper DeJean on ESPN. Plenty of Eagles making their way to the Sixers game last night. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley on The Tonight Show. And on The Tonight Show, Saquon Barkley talked about that viral moment from Giants Hard Knocks where they were talking about him signing with the Eagles and how he wants to be remembered as an Eagle.
I'm happy to be an Eagle, and I look at it as like Marshall Faulk, one of my favorite running backs. He played for the Colts, but he's remembered as a Ram. So now I'm just trying to be remembered as an Eagle.
And he'll be remembered as a Super Bowl champion forever. The parade Friday will be broadcasting live from the Cambria Hotel from 10 to 2, taking through the coverage of that parade. Elsewhere, the 76ers lost last night to the Raptors. Tonight, they play the Nets in Brooklyn at 7:30. You catch this game right here on The Fanatic. Also, the Phillies pitchers and catchers report today, so baseball season around the corner. This update brought to you by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Want expert tax prep? Jackson Hewitt will give you $100 to switch. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com. I'm Ray Dunn, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
every day except for tomorrow and Friday. Live from the Comcast Business Studios, powering possibilities. Tomorrow will be at the Rally House in Fairless Hills, PA. My old stomping grounds in the lower Bucks County. I used to troll around in Fairless Hills and Levittown area as boys from Bristol, looking for different ladies to meet. You know, because Bristol's too small. We knew everybody. We wanted to branch out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another world out there. And we usually found them as students of Bishop Conwell High School, which now merged with Bishop Egan.
Well, anyone from your old stomping ground wants to come over, say hello. We'll be there 10 to 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, there's nobody left, I don't think.
And then Friday, tell them where we're broadcasting from.
We are broadcasting live from the Cambria Hotel. We'll be outside the Cambria Hotel, right on the parade route on Broad Street. As we'll give you the blow by blow. Ray will be our man in the streets tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that on Friday.
Friday,
yes.
I mean, I'll be in the streets tomorrow if you want me to, too.
Yeah. So yeah, Ray's going to be. We'll be up on like the second or third floor, overlooking Broad, where we're broadcasting. But Ray's going to be a man of the people, giving us the updates on what's going on right down there on Broad Street.
And Ray's going to give us the updates right now on a little something we do called the News at Noon.
There's a whole lot going on in this world. It's time to catch up. Here's the News at Noon. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Oh, the News at Noon. Ray done digging for 3 interesting little stories. Sometimes he tacks on a little something to which would make it 4. But I don't know what we had there. 4! There you go. Yeah.
Nice subdued 4 right there.
Yes. All right, Ray, what do we got today?
I'm going to give you your weekly dose of Mad Dog.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you had Dallas Goedert on. And, you know, you've got a Super Bowl champion in your presence. What could you talk to him about? Maybe about the fact that he didn't hit the over for his receptions.
Now, I had you at 4.5, Dallas, over receptions there on Sunday afternoon. And you had that first catch over the middle. You had that big catch. And you ran for, you're wide open. Hurts threw you the ball perfectly. I thought you were going to be a layup for me. You had 2.5. The problem is the Eagles had such a big lead, they didn't go back to you very much in the second half. How about that on Sunday afternoon? Go ahead. Let me hear.
Yeah, the games always change. You never know if it's going to be a big running game, a big passing game. The way the defense played, giving us short fields, having a pick six, and then, like you said, we had a great lead. And when we needed to put together a drive, Jalen just decided to throw it 50 yards and score a touchdown quick that way. So the opportunities were definitely limited. But, I was glad I was able to get my 2 in there, and I'll take a win over personal stats any day.
Well, I had Devontae Smith over 49.5, so I needed that too, so I'm okay with that. I felt very good about that.
Oh, my God, this guy.
So Dallas, I had you for 4.5 catches, and you had a big catch over the middle, and I thought it was going to be a layup. But, you give the ball much after that in the second half. Well, how about that on a Sunday afternoon? Okay, go ahead.
Dallas, the greatest moment of your life, and I lost money on it, man. Come on.
What? That was 4.5 I had you, and Devontae had 4.5 as well.
Come on, man.
Such a good impersonation. I can't tell the difference. I really can't.
I thought it was going to be a layup.
All right, what do you got next?
All right, moving on. Something I saw for the first time yesterday that apparently was from last week. NBC did their big promotion leading up to NBC Philadelphia did their big promotion leading up to the Eagles being in the Super Bowl. And they caught up with Emmitt Smith, and they asked about Jalen Hurts. And this is what the legendary Cowboy had to say about the Eagles quarterback.
I love him. He's a proven champion. They have a great chance of winning this week. And he is the reason why they will win.
What are Cowboys fans going to say if the Eagles do win the Super Bowl?
Can't say nothing. Can't say nothing. Keep your mouth closed.
Oh.
So Emmitt Smith told Cowboys fans to keep their mouths closed, which is why I'm going to lead into this next clip.
Yeah, should have told someone else to keep their mouths closed.
How about the Cowboys quarterback talking about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl?
I feel like we compete with the Eagles and beat them for the most part when we played them. I don't want to say check the record when they're the guys holding the trophy right now. So credit to them. They've earned it and they deserved it by all means. But, yeah, very close, especially when you even watch the NFC game, the NFC Championship. And those two teams that we battle against each and every year a couple of times. And, as I said, feel confident about we've gotten the better part each and every time. To see them to see it in such a dominating fashion. Credit to them. It's our turn.
Is that not ridiculous, man? Well, you remember, this is now, before this season started, I think it was Erin Andrews who interviewed Dak and said, finish this sentence, right? At the end of the season, the Dallas Cowboys will be, and he said, Super Bowl champs. And now he comes out with this. Is he just not lack any self-awareness at all about where they are as a franchise?
The Eagles have as many Super Bowl wins in his career as he has playoff wins.
Come on, Dakota. Come on.
Oh, my God.
Come on now.
I thought Cowboys fans were delusional. Yeah. It starts with the quarterback, apparently.
So let's take a list here. Number of teams that are closer to the Eagles than the Cowboys.
Hold on, let me look up. I want to see where they are in Super Bowl odds for next year.
Well, let's just go in the NFC, right? So we go Eagles, Lions, Washington, Green Bay, San Francisco. What else we got? Is that
no, I would put San Fran above them for sure.
San Fran above Dallas?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to think about them anymore.
Rams gave them a game.
Rams.
The Packers, did you say the Packers?
Yeah.
They're above them.
Yeah, I said Green Bay. That's the Packers, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, you were listing a lot of names.
No.
I'm counting where they are in Super Bowl odds. Because according to FanDuel right now, the Cowboys have a plus 5,500 are the odds to win the Super Bowl.
Ahead of them?
The Seahawks are ahead of them.
Seahawks. I forgot the Seahawks.
The Arizona Cardinals are ahead of them. The Chicago Bears are ahead of them. The Tampa Bay Bucks, the Minnesota Vikings,
oh my God,
the Los Angeles Rams, the Commanders, the Packers, the Niners, the Lions, and the Eagles are all ahead of the Dallas Cowboys.
Dude.
And Dak's saying they're close.
Come on, Dak. Come on now. You can't say ridiculous stuff.
And look, the Cowboys fans out there who are like, oh, well, we are if Dak didn't get hurt. You had the 31st ranked defense, man. That has nothing to do with your starting quarterback.
You know, if I was listing the contenders for next year, I would not put Dallas in there.
Mikey!
610-632-0975 back into this.
Andrew Salciunas.
Your Eagles are Super Bowl champions, winners of
It's Mike Missanelli Show, General Knowledge Wednesday. And I believe the audience is ahead still.
Is it 2-1?
2-1.
2-1 audience ahead. Ray is on a streak of whooping up on the audience. So we'll see if he can outlast it. All right, I want to introduce this little topic, and we'll get back to the calls in a second. We just introduced a misguided Dak. Let me introduce maybe a misguided Donovan McNabb.
I saw this.
All right, so Donovan, when asked how his life would have been different had he won a Super Bowl, he said, quote, I would have made it to at least the 8th or probably the final selection of the Hall of Fame. I might be in a Hall of Fame right now because then I would have been looked upon as a true Hall of Famer, which in a lot of people's eyes I am, including myself. But I think I would definitely have made it further in the voting for the Hall of Fame. Your thoughts, Bill?
I actually agree with Donovan on this. I think if Donovan McNabb had won a Super Bowl, I do think he'd be in the Hall of Fame because you look at it, he's got over 37,000 passing yards, which isn't a guarantee that you're in.
That's not. You're getting the wrong message out of this.
Well, that's the 29th in the NFL.
But
history.
Here's what he said. He said, because then I would have been looked upon as a true Hall of Famer. And now here's the important part. Which in a lot of people's eyes I am, including myself. He believes that he's in now. That's my question to you.
Okay. I think the argument could be made that McNabb, I don't think he'll ever make it, but I think the argument could be made that he could be a Hall of Famer because he's got 37,000 passing yards, which is 29th all-time in NFL history, and he also has close to 3,500 rushing yards, which is 11th best in NFL history. And he's, later on in his career, he stopped running as much, but the guy's had a ton of success in his career. I mean, 4 straight NFC Championship games. He was in 5 total, did appear in a Super Bowl, did it for a really long time. I could see the argument. He's not going to make it, but I could see the argument.
First of all, there is no chance and no shot that he should be in the Hall of Fame. We already went over the criteria. When you're in the 30s, what do you need?
Multiple Super Bowls.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple Super Bowls. So let me add this. With his 37,000 yards, he completed only 59% of his passes. He never led the league in any major passing category, and he had a career passer rating of, what do you think it was?
No idea.
85.6. That's not even close to Hall of Fame.
Yeah, let me give you, to make your argument, to help your argument, let me give you some people who have even more passing yards than him. Andy Dalton, Ray Dunn's twin, has 39,500 passing yards.
What's his career passer rating?
Let me see.
What's his completion ratio?
All right, Dalton's career completion ratio is 62.6%.
Better than McNabb.
And his passer rating career is 87.5.
Better than McNabb.
But where he doesn't, he's got 84 wins and 82 losses. Whereas, let's see, McNabb in his career.
Oh, he's going to have a better record.
Yeah, 98 wins.
Okay.
So not drastically big.
Book's not closed on Dalton yet. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you know what? As we're doing this exercise, you can't make the argument for McNabb to be in the Hall of Fame. I said you could. You're right. You
Donovan, listen,
you can't.
He's always been misguided about his ability and his stature and how he was picked on. And listen, I like the guy. And I think he was, before Hurts won, that he was the best quarterback in Eagle history. I never doubted that. And I always would mock people who thought he wasn't. But come on, man. You're not even close to a Hall of Fame player. You had a good career. It's okay to say you had a good career. It's not okay to be being misguided about your ability here.
As I'm looking at these numbers, man, you know who has over 40,000 passing yards right now? And his career's not over? Derek Carr. Did you realize that Derek Carr had that many passing yards? I know it's a different NFL now, but he's got over 41,000 passing yards. That's more than Kerry Collins, Joe Montana, Johnny Unitas. Derek Carr has more passing yards than Joe Montana.
You know, there are only 10 quarterbacks that made the Hall of Fame without winning a championship. And if you look at him, now Jim Kelly is the only one where you go, well, I don't know about that. But the other, like Dan Marino threw for 60,000 yards. Warren Moon threw for like almost 60,000 yards, right?
50. No, close to 50.
50?
Warren Moon, a little under 50.
Dan Fouts threw for a ton of yards.
43,000.
All right.
Yeah, they're all over 40. I mean, you're right, the 40,000 mark. Yeah, Jim Kelly has less passing yards than Donovan does. Never won a Super Bowl.
Neither did Fran Tarkenton. 610-632-0975 back after this.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Title tour continues. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles won the second Super Bowl in franchise history on Sunday, in case you missed it, 40-22 over the Kansas City Chiefs. And since then, they've been just about everywhere, including The Tonight Show. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley were on The Tonight Show last night, talked about a number of things, got a couple of jokes in there. And Saquon Barkley also got a chance to address leaving the Giants, that viral clip from Hard Knocks, and how he wants to be remembered as an Eagle.
I'm happy to be an Eagle, and I look at it as like Marshall Faulk was one of my favorite running backs. He played for the Colts, but he's remembered as a Ram. So now I'm just trying to be remembered as an Eagle.
He'll be remembered as Super Bowl champion for the rest of his career. A week we will all remember here concludes Friday with the parade down Broad Street. We'll be broadcasting live from the Cambria Hotel from 10 to 2, bringing you all the coverage of that parade route. 76ers last night lost 106-103 to the Raptors. Tonight they play the Nets at 7:30 in Brooklyn. You catch the game right here on The Fanatic. And today, pitchers and catchers reported to Clearwater for spring training for the Phillies, so baseball season right around the corner. This update is brought to you by the Truist Championship at Philadelphia Cricket Club. The PGA's Truist Championship will be played at Philadelphia Cricket Club in early May. Watch top tour players and enjoy a variety of fan activities. Tickets on sale at truistchampionship.com. I'm Ray Dunn, in the home of the 76ers and the Flyers, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Ricky Batalico.
The Eagles completely out.
975thefanatic.com.
All right, 12:25, Mike Missanelli Show. 97.5 The Fanatic. All righty, 610-622-0975. That's how you get in. By the way, Ray, Serena said, gave an explanation on why she decided to appear on Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. We all have our ideas of why we think it is.
Incredibly unnecessary for her to give an explanation.
I missed this. So what did she say?
Here's what she said. She said when Kendrick Lamar and his team called and was like, quote, "We've been trying to do something forever. What about this? We loved your crip walk at the Olympics after you won the gold medal." I'm like, Super Bowl, are you serious? When in the world would I ever be able to dance at the Super Bowl? Let's do it. I knew my winning dance after the Olympics would pay off one day. End of story. Horse crap.
Yeah.
Serena, horse crap. Which brings us to the big topic, the overall topic. If you are thinking that much of your ex and trying to get back with a little trick like this, how solid is your relationship and how, as the man, would you feel? And I thought I would throw that out to the men and the ladies out there in the Delaware Valley on that kind of a thing.
We got a lot of pop stars, a lot of tennis stars, a lot of celebrities listening.
Ray keeps differentiating.
I'm talking, yeah.
Because we talked about this yesterday. And Ray, I think that you can't differentiate it. Like
you can.
It's a bigger scale, obviously. Super Bowl is the biggest scale you can get.
The fact that it's a bigger scale makes it worse.
Agreed. I don't think that if you are happy in your marriage or happy in your current relationship, why do you care about anything that your ex has done? Why do you want to try to get back at your ex simply because they took a shot at you? Whether it's in a song on a big level like Drake or whether it was whispered down the lane, something she said to a friend of yours. Like, to me, it's I don't care. I'm happy. Serena clearly still has an issue with Drake.
Yes,
Clearly.
everyone sit high in your ivory towers. You've never done anything petty in your life.
Ivory tower? Wait, this is just a fundamental thing here, a man and women relationship.
Nothing petty has ever been done by anyone.
Here's what's confusing me about Ray. I understand your undying love to Kendrick Lamar.
It has nothing
but
really to do with Kendrick
what does this
Lamar
have to do with Serena?
You know,
because you guys are sitting here like it's an unprovoked attack from her.
I'm going to tell you what it is, Ray. You had your heart broken. Somewhere along the line, you had your heart broken. And so you in your mentality, you go, I got to get back at that girl. But you're not in another relationship.
No, I think you're way off base on this one. I think what you're trying to project on me is me simply saying Serena Williams should be able to do whatever she wants.
No, Serena Williams can do anything she wants.
Correct.
We're talking about what the meaning of that is. Okay,
Yes.
It's not that she should be prohibited. It's that she does that because she wants to get back at Drake. If I'm with Serena Williams, I go, why do you care, man? We're happy. We got a relationship here. Why do you care what Drake did to you?
If you had the ability, if someone you were with was called out by your ex, and you had the ability to get back at them for what they said about who you're with, would you take it?
No, because getting back at somebody means what? Like, I don't get getting back at somebody, what it does for you. All it does is cause consternation in a current relationship.
Okay. I mean, I for me, if someone called who I was with a groupie for being with me, and I had the opportunity to get back at them, I probably would take it.
Okay, but you're saying this not being in another relationship. If you were in a current relationship right now, would you say the same thing?
Probably.
Oh, you would. And guess what? You're the person you've been in a relationship
They're
with.
going after the other person. It's not about me. He called her husband a groupie.
We're going to take a survey on this.
Yeah.
We're going to take a survey. Men and ladies. What is your reaction to this? The fact that she did that, obviously, to get back at Drake, is a complete disrespect for the guy she's with.
Also,
let me try to put it into
if Kendrick Lamar offers you a spot in his halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Does she need a spot in his halftime? No, seriously.
She doesn't need it, but it's a cool opportunity.
What cool opportunity for what?
To dance at the Super Bowl.
She's
What are
the
we
biggest
talking
star in
about?
the world. The only thing that motivates her is to get back at Drake.
Yeah, she's won like every major there is, dude.
It's a cool thing to do.
Listen,
Kendrick's like, yo, my friend over here, let's go have you dance at my show. You know what the meaning of it is, but it's not like I'm going to say no.
Why did he ask her to do that?
Because he knows what the meaning is. We know what the intricate meaning is.
Well, then he's using her.
She obviously wanted to do it. She could have said no. I'm not understanding why anyone would say no to that opportunity.
Because of what it was. It wasn't like, come dance at the halftime show because it's such a great opportunity. It's like, yo, I wrote this diss track about your ex, and if you want to get back at your ex, how cool would it be if you're dancing to it? That's what it was. To me, let me put it in the equivalent of how we can relate to it.
Okay.
If you're in a relationship and you're happy, but all you care about is posting Instagram pictures of how happy you are just because you want your ex to see it, clearly you still have a problem with your ex. You're not fully content in your current relationship.
Yeah, I don't think that's even close to comparable.
How's it not?
Because, again, you're talking about your Instagram with 1,000 followers. You're not talking about the song Too Good. You're not talking about a random attack in another song by him. Like, it's just different. It's a different level of this.
First of all, 13,000, but thank you. I'm just saying, being someone that is content in my current relationship, I've had exes in the past. I don't care. I don't care what they say about me. I don't care what they do because I am happy in my current relationship.
What it means is that you're still involved with him mentally.
Yes,
that's what it means.
That he is rent-free in Serena's head somehow. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it means. There's no other reason for you to do this. It's not just, oh, you get to dance at the Super Bowl. You are dancing to the diss track about your ex. If I'm her husband, I'm going to be like, really? You want to do that? All right.
If I'm her husband, like, you go out there. You have fun.
Listen, Ray, one day, maybe it's the parade. Ray just said it. Maybe he'll meet his future wife at the parade on Friday. One day, when you're happy and you're in love, you'll realize anything that happened in your past, it don't matter. You don't care about the ex.
You guys are projecting this upon me like this is something I want. I'm just simply sticking up for Serena. It's not me dancing at the Super Bowl halftime show. It's Serena.
All right.
I'm serene in my life right now.
Let's go to the phones. Will in Brookhaven, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Will.
Hey, guys.
What's going on, Will? How you doing?
All right, take you on speaker. What's up, Bill? What's up, Mike?
What's going on, man?
What's happening?
Nothing, man. I want to be proud of my Eagles, man, for winning the Super Bowl for one and blowing the Chiefs out. You allowed me to make 2 points. This offseason is going to be interesting, and I think Howie's going to do the right thing. And the two major people I would like to have him sign is Zach Bond and the offensive line. What's his name?
Mekhi Becton.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton. And if there's any inkling or any way possible, we can make a trade during the draft and get Myles Garrett, I'd be all for it. What do you guys think?
Well, you know why? Would he hunt for big game at this point?
Who's that?
Myles Garrett. What he has to pick? They're going to have some cap problems here.
It's not just that. It's the Browns are going to want a ton. Like, I would do it. I would do it, Will, in a heartbeat. The issue is look at where the draft picks are going to be that the Eagles would be giving up. You're giving up the 32nd overall first-round pick, and then you're going to assume if they do 2 first-round picks, both of them are going to be in the bottom of the draft. The Browns may get a better draft compensation from another team. But Garrett wants a contender, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, but I am going to the parade on Friday, so I'll be down there.
All right, man. Well, we'll have to look for us and say hey. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Will. Definitely. Here's your general knowledge question. The general knowledge is a random general knowledge about countries. What is the only country in the world where many of the highways have no speed limit?
Country, Germany.
That's correct.
Whoa!
Yes.
Look at you, man. The Autobahn.
Yes, the Autobahn. Yep, that's what I was thinking about. Yep.
All right, hold on a second.
Will.
Yeah, well. All of a sudden, the pressure on Ray here. Ray, I think I'm going to give you an easy one. What country does Haagen-Dazs ice cream come from?
Doug Peterson's favorite.
I think Hagen. The Netherlands.
That's a really good guess. However, it's wrong.
Oh, man.
Haagen-Dazs ice cream comes from the United States.
Oh, it tricks you, Ray. It tricks you. They make you think that you're buying something that's
3-1, an insurmountable lead with the audience.
It is an insurmountable
What is going on here today?
Posidelphia, man. It's a new era.
610-632-0975. It is the Mike Missanelli Show. Back after this.
Tyrone Johnson, Ricky Vitalico, and Silvana Kelleher. The best show ever. Smart, intelligent.
Hi, Mike Missanelli Show. Wow, we're getting very little feedback on usually these are meaty issues, men and women relationships.
Oh, we got some feedback on the text line.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah, my phone's crashing by the number of people agreeing with
Really?
me. Yeah.
Okay, what do you got on the text line?
Wait, hold on, Ray. I just want to make sure. You are the person in control of what
I'll
you read on
every
the air.
text we get on it.
So make sure.
I'll go through every text
All
we
right.
have on it right now. Ann from St. Pete, Reese Arena. Bill is too old to get it. Geez, Ray, I'm with you. I'm 37. I would tell my wife, yes, get his ass, LOL. Mike and Bill are elders. They don't understand. Ray is right, Felicia. She wasn't thinking about her ex until he called her out by name and disrespected her. I would definitely encourage my wife to go out and get clapped back. And then Terrence from Wilmington, I think, agreed with you guys, but I'm not really sure what he means by this. She's supposed to secured in her marriage. All it does is keep herself attached to Drake where she had moved on. So I don't know if he's saying she's moved on or still there. They've been friends for 25 years. Do a little work. Backstory. Drake has been trolling Serena for years. Do the research.
Who cares? Who cares that he's been trolling her?
I got a tweet, too.
She's in another... Let me put this one. All right, give me the other tweet. Go ahead.
She's also from Compton, has been friends. Mike and Bill sound out of touch and old.
Now, see, people are misreading this because I just got a comment on YouTube.
I love this.
That Bill
We're out of
probably
touch and old.
Bill probably goes through his wife's phone because he doesn't trust her. It's the complete opposite. It is the complete opposite. When you are in a good relationship, you trust. You don't go through people's phones. You don't care about your exes. That is the difference. That's what we're trying to relay here. The people who are saying, "Oh, just because you don't trust your wife." No, it's not about that.
Let me give you an example.
You shouldn't care.
Let me give you an example. A couple gets divorced. They have a child. One of them moves on and gets remarried, has other children, has a completely different life. That person then gives crap to the other person about custody issues just for spite. Is that the same thing? Is that not the same thing? And does that not make you look petty and small?
Raymond?
I'm sorry. I'm really missing the comparison here to a pop song coming out and you guys in domestic disputes. Custody has nothing to do with what was said. Like, I'm so confused.
It's the same principle. You're trying to get back at somebody.
You're getting back at someone attacking you.
You're in another happy relationship, and you're trying to get back at somebody that you were in a previously unhappy relationship with.
I feel like I've gone insane here. You guys are acting like there was nothing done to provoke Serena. She got the opportunity to do this.
But she moved on. Whatever was done to provoke Serena doesn't matter. She moved on to something. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it totally does.
Why?
What do you mean?
What do you get out of it?
You're acting like there's nothing done to provoke her. There was something done to provoke her. Clearly, it's not great to have a famous singer calling your husband a groupie and have that famous singer also say that his song where the lyrics are, "I'm too good for you," be about you. Like, I feel like like you guys are like, Serena just did this because Serena wants Drake to feel bad. No. This is Serena getting a chance to be a part of the greatest victory lap of all time.
Yeah, you're missing it, dude. It's funny because the people are saying we are too old. I think that those people are too young. Like, it's just let Drake do whatever he wants because clearly he's not over it. But if you are happily married, what do you care for? Like, why do you care about Drake?
I'm not thinking about Serena at this point. I'm thinking about the dude that she's with. Like, all right, that guy is going to, what's he going to say? No, honey. She's Serena Williams. That guy can't say anything. He's going to do what she wants to do. So he's only going to cause a fight by saying, no, I prohibit you to do that. But it's disrespectful to that guy.
Should you have to prohibit her from doing that?
No, you can't prohibit her. It's just naturally disrespectful that she should know better.
It sounds kind of insecure if you're the guy that's like, oh, you're going to go out there and do that?
No, it's not. Like, for me, my wife does whatever she wants. But I just know our relationship, she wouldn't care to do that. There would be no reason to try to get back at one of our exes because we're happy and content in our current life. Like, what do we care what anybody's doing? I don't care what any exes said about me or her. Like, what do we care? To me, it's showing that Serena still cares. There's something that Drake still has on her.
If Serena was out there still as Serena without being in another relationship, absolutely. Go for it, girl. I'm thinking of the other guy thinking, man, no.
She's moved on. She's got kids, right?
And he
with
took
her
a
husband.
shot at the one that she settled down with.
Which, to me, if I'm Serena Williams, is, man, he's still upset that he doesn't have the life I have. Done. Over. I'm already winning. What do I got to now go back? And now, did you see Drake? Drake's responding. Drake's posting pictures of him with his arm around her agent. So now there's this whole thing going on because Serena created it.
No.
This is a song that happened years ago.
You're blaming Serena for things Drake said. That's literally what you're doing right now.
When was the Drake lyrics? How many years ago?
2022, and then the video where he started reminiscing on his career has been over the last year or two, where he started putting out all these videos of when I make number one hits.
I think you big time, man.
You are a Drake hater.
I'm not. I actually don't mind his music.
A Kendrick Lamar lover.
No, this is about Serena.
It's
Again,
not about
it is
Serena
about Serena.
with you.
It is about Serena because you guys are going after Serena.
Heart. It's about your broken heart and imposing that on this whole situation.
All right, now, never mind. I'm not going down that path.
No, I don't think it's Ray's broken heart. Ray is the heartbreaker, not the heartbroken.
No, I'm I'm taking this away from our personal lives on this one.
People are calling us TMZ. It's like, get back to the birds. This has turned into TMZ.
Come on, man. You know what this show's about. We branch out. We have fun. It's Wednesday. Jesus, A.J. Brown's over it. You going to blame us?
A.J. Brown was over it last night.
God. Let's go to James in California. James, you're on 97.5 The Manic. James.
Yeah, hello?
What's up, James?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you, James?
Yeah, I'm excited about the Eagles one. Like, I knew they was going to win big, because Kansas City, they didn't have a chance, and they didn't really keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket,
James, you got to do me a favor. I don't know, we got like two cans in a string on this reception. Do you have are you on speaker or something? I can hardly hear you.
Yeah.
Take us off speaker, so the audience can hear where your point is. All right, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
There you go. Perfect. All right, now reiterate your point.
I said I knew that. I'm excited about the Eagles win. I knew they was going to win big.
You thought they were going to win big? You called it?
Yeah. Well, I knew it. I didn't have to call it.
Well, that's kind of calling it. That's what I mean.
Well, I mean, I got someone's faith in them, so I knew them going up against Kansas City. This was a get back game.
Yeah, it was a revenge game. You're right.
Yeah. So I'm like Kansas City. They didn't have a chance. That first quarter, 17-0. It was over then.
Yeah. I got you, brother. I appreciate this. See, he's in California, and he called it.
He called it.
He did. All right.
Well, we said, Ray said earlier in the show, Posidelphia.
He did.
Going into the Super Bowl, we kept saying, I had never seen our fan base as positive as they were. Now, not a lot of people were predicting a blowout. I mean, we went over the numbers. Up until Super Bowl 59, Patrick Mahomes, I think, had only lost by more than 8 points 5 times in 100-something starts.
Uh-huh.
So there weren't many people calling for blowouts, but most of the fans were positive, man. And they were right. They knew how good this Eagles team was. And this Eagles team, we said it yesterday, greatest in Philadelphia history at this point. I mean, what they've done, not losing since September 29th. You realize the last time the Eagles lost with Jalen Hurts at quarterback, you and I were arguing over the 5th starter for the Phillies.
Yeah,
that's wild.
By the way, we're going to a break. I got to say, I got to call a flag. I got to throw a flag on me. The reason why I'm so on this side of that argument with Drake is because I did a creepy thing on the air once. You to an ex-girlfriend. I was scorned, and she cheated, and I was scorned, and she owed me money. And so,
oh boy,
so get this. So I dimed her out on the air that she owed me money. Now that's a creepy thing to do. The beauty of it is, I filed an action against her. I was contacted by one of the shows, one of the national TV shows, who goes through these complaints and find out, like a people's court. The people's court.
They
contacted me and wanted me to come on with her.
Did you do it?
No, of course not. I realized what an ass I was for doing it in the first place. So this is why I have this kind of attitude now. I was out of my mind doing it.
Oh, Mikey Miss on the People's Court would have been gold.
They sent me, they were going to send me out to L.A. or where it was, and all we know your complaint, blah, blah, blah. It's like a People's Court complaint.
Do they pay you for that? When you go on that show, do they pay you? People's Court?
I don't think so. I think they just make the accommodations, and and
it's an alternative dispute resolution
out there, and they you agree that decision of the court is final.
Yeah, people don't realize it's not real court. It's like if you go to a mediation or something like that, you're having a private mediator
People's
decide.
Court wanted me to come on, and then I realized, boy, that's a terrible thing to do, and I felt bad for. I mean, this was like I don't know, like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And I felt bad every year. So now I put myself in that situation. So, Ray, it's not you. It's me.
I'm glad that we got down to that. You projecting upon me.
632. But, Ray, you got – see, we're only breaking balls here. You know? Sometimes you take things too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean –
do I? We're only breaking balls.
I got it.
So we love you.
Yeah, I respond to you breaking the balls.
He breaks them back.
Like Missanelli show back after this.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Title Tour continues. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Helium Comedy Club, bringing Philly the best comics of today and tomorrow live every week. Tickets and lineup at heliumcomedy.com. The Eagles won their second Super Bowl in franchise history. In case you missed it on Sunday, Eagles 40, Chiefs 22 in a game that wasn't even that close. They've been on a title tour ever since, and it got Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley on the Tonight Show last night. They talked about a number of things, tried to make some jokes, and Saquon Barkley talked about that viral Giants video from Hard Knocks and how he wants to be remembered as an Eagle.
I'm happy to be an Eagle, and I look at it as like Marshall Faulk, one of my favorite running backs. You know, he played for the Colts, but he's remembered as a Ram. So now I'm just trying to be remembered as an Eagle.
He's going to be remembered as Super Bowl champion in this town. The parade Friday to celebrate that Super Bowl title. We'll be live from the Cambria Hotel from 10 to 2, bringing you coverage of that parade. 76ers lost last night to the Raptors, and tonight they play the Nets at 7:30 up in Brooklyn. Baseball around the corner. Pitchers and catchers reporting today for the Phillies as spring training getting itself underway. This update also brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. At Mercedes-Benz, there's a reason they go the extra mile. From testing their vehicles, creating AI that can anticipate your needs on the road, they demand that every car is worthy of their star because it's Mercedes-Benz. I'll break down on the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
John Kincade.
What we saw in the last two games, it's pretty much inexplicable.
12:56, Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, so Jimmy Fallon had a couple jokes on last night, as well as having the boys on. And I want to see, this is called, Is This Funny or Not?
Okay.
All right, this is a segment called, Is This Funny or Not?
And
now,
Ray removed the forced laugh track, right, Ray? So that we could get the true
well, they
feel.
got the signs that say laugh up to the audience.
Yeah, they tell people when to laugh. So you took that out.
Yeah, do you watch these late night shows?
Me, no.
No.
You don't either? I'm trying to figure out what people think. The writers for the three shows, whether it's who's the guy with the glasses? Stephen
Colbert.
Colbert. Whether it's Colbert's writers, whether it's Kimmel's writers, or whether it's Jimmy Fallon's writers who are the most funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch them.
Yeah, I got more problem with delivery when it comes to some of these.
Really?
Yeah.
Are the Roots still on Fallon?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. By the way, the guy who's the head writer for Fallon, no, not Fallon, Kimmel, is the guy who was in the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where he had they were trying to get rid of the wire in their backyard.
Yeah.
And the lawyer was the neighbor.
He's one of the writers?
That lawyer is the main writer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for Kimmel's show. So here's Jimmy Fallon and his attempt at humor at the expense of the Philadelphia fans.
Meanwhile, the Eagles Super Bowl parade is this Friday, which is also Valentine's Day. It's also Valentine's Day. So while couples will be enjoying an edible arrangement, Eagles fans will be enjoying an arrangement of edibles.
Can you hit the buzzer?
Okay, I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that was funny. You liked it?
No, it's not funny because people are going to be drunk. They're not going to be doing edibles at the parade.
Yeah, and
right? That doesn't even land.
No,
all right, let's
more
go.
of a California, Colorado type parade.
Yeah. We're not in the Rocky Mountains here.
No.
So it doesn't work. All right, now here's the second one.
Yeah, that's right. The Eagles parade is this Friday. It's great for fans because there's no work the next day, but bad because they can't see a judge till Monday.
No, that's not bad.
That one's not bad. Yeah, that one is not bad. All right, I'll give Fallon that one. So he's 1 for 2 right now.
Yeah, reason I'm sure the audience thought it was funny, but for our purposes, right, edited it out because we wanted to, because the segment's called "Is It Funny or Not?" And had we heard the audience, they would have laughed, and that would have influenced people.
Isn't that funny how simple we are? Like every sitcom, they used to have a laugh track, and then we would be told, "Oh, that was a funny scene."
Exactly. Applause.
Yeah.
All right. It is 1 o'clock in Delaware Valley, and you're listening to the Mike Missanelli Show on WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Tomorrow, our broadcast will be at Rally House in Fairless Hills. I don't know where that is exactly. Is it in a mall or a strip mall area?
You know, I've never been there.
I've never been there either. I haven't been back to Fairless Hills in a long time.
Fairless Hills. That's where
my buddy
be.
lives in Fairless Hills, and he's meeting me because I have to give. He's my tax man.
I'm trying to get Ray's still angry. I can see Ray.
I'm not angry. I can't believe that you just broke into Fairless Hills. That's where I want to be.
Ray is fiercely texting back there because he's like, "You believe what they're saying on the air?"
I'm going to the text line to get you the.
It's on Commerce Boulevard.
Yeah, I don't even know that there was a Commerce Boulevard.
It looks like there's a Barnes and Noble there.
In fact, I didn't know there was any commerce.
It's next to an Old Navy.
Yeah, that's probably a new little strip.
It's definitely a shopping center.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So we'll be there tomorrow, and then Friday broadcasting live from the Cambria Hotel, outside the Cambria Hotel, right there in the scene, right there in the.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
In the line of fire, in the battle.
And Ray Dunn's going to be down there. But yeah, so like our listeners, if you want to be a part of where we are, where is Cambria at on Broad? What is the exact? Let me see. It's 216 South Broad, but it's Broad and in between Locust and Walnut.
Oh, perfect spot.
Yeah, so we're right between.
Perfect spot.
Like diagonal to where the Academy of Music is. Yeah, so if you want to be down there, because we're going to be overlooking Broad Street. If you're down there, Ray is going to be a man of the people down there. So that'll be cool. So hopefully our listeners come out. That's where you want to be for the parade because that's where we'll be.
Yeah, let me know where you are, so I'll find you.
Yeah.
Another thing that you didn't know I did. You have no recollection. I was a sideline interviewer.
What?
For the Mummers Parade.
How was that?
It was 2 years worth. I was working for WB17. We televised the Mummers Parade. I was the man on the scene who would interview the captain after his routine.
Was that fun?
I didn't know what I was doing.
Now, your daughter just got married. Did you do the mummers at the wedding? Did you give out the umbrellas and do the mummers and stuff?
No.
So we had to do that. That's like my family, being a South Philly Italian family. You got the mummers and the...
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't do the mummers. However, my niece got married in New Orleans. So we did the umbrellas, the actual traditional New Orleans wedding with the umbrellas.
That's pretty cool.
For my niece.
Yeah, I've seen
we
that.
strutted through the streets.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But the mummers strut.
But what do you ask the captain? Like, all right, there's Bill Colarulo. He's got the microphone. Here comes the captain. I remember the greatest heralded captain in Mummers history was a guy named Bob Shannon. He was like 6'8". And he would win every year, right? So here comes Bob Shannon. They did a routine. It's spectacular. Here's Bill Colarulo with the microphone. What are you asking him?
Oh, what a performance. How long have you guys been working on this? My understanding is it dates all the way back to January 2nd of last year. Oh, that's right. We put a lot of time and effort into it. What does this mean to everybody who's a part of this?
No. No, read the A.J. Brown quote now, because this is what the Mummers captain should say, right? According to you, you win. Okay, you're already thinking about next year's Mummers. Go ahead.
Yeah, this would be the answer. After a few days, I've had time to reflect on being a champion. I tried to feel how everyone made it seem to be a champion, and unfortunately, it was short-lived. 2 days to be exact, LOL. I've never been a champion at the highest level before, but I thought my hard work would be justified by winning it all. It wasn't. My thrill for this game comes when I dominate. It's the hunt that does it for me. It's when the DB drops his head and surrenders because he can't F with me. The intense battles, early mornings, late nights, sacrifices. I love putting smiles on people's faces, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't what I thought it would be. It's the journey that I love the most.
Yeah, it's not,
back to work.
It's not the actual victory. It's the journey. Come on, AJ, you can lighten up a little bit. We have a lot of text on this, by the way.
Yeah, I love it.
Ray, what are the people saying about AJ? I got to be honest with you. It's probably 90% go AJ. Am I right?
I don't think it's necessarily as pro AJ as you would think.
Okay.
There was one texter that really interesting on this one. Honestly, I think AJ is going to be gone sooner than later with that post. He is more worried about stats and personal victory and not team victory. I hate to say it, with the Super Bowl win out of the way, he's only going to get worse about his personal stats now. Just my opinion. Can't keep guys like that on the team. Devontae is a number one capable wide receiver too. Love AJ, but can't keep doing this if we want to win more championships.
I don't agree with that text. I don't. I think everything that we've heard, I know A.J. Brown sometimes is perceived as being selfish. And I get it. What he did in the Super Bowl, I didn't love. But everything I've heard is that he's a good teammate. He's just a competitor. The guys like him. The people like him. I don't think he's going anywhere. But I like this mentality. It was probably a little too soon. Yeah, it was probably too soon. Celebrate it. You got, he's posting that while Saquon, Jalen, and the offensive line are on the Tonight Show. So it's probably a little bit premature.
Yeah, most of them shotgunning beers.
Yeah.
While he's gone. He's like Eeyore.
But I do love he is like Eeyore.
Really?
But I do love that mentality, man. And this is what they're going to need if we truly want this to be the new norm. Don't just be satisfied with what you have. Think about winning it again. Think about getting back there multiple years, because this team is built to continue to do this.
All right. And that's what we talked about earlier in the season. This team's built the right way. This would be the new norm, not the 2017 thing. This is legit. Meanwhile, general knowledge, the audience can cement it with a big hour here. The audience has had 3-1 over Ray with our general knowledge Wednesday today. The Sixers tickets versus the Boston Celtics are at stake here for the prize. So the audience looking to cash in after losing weeks in a row to the young Ray Dunn. This is the day you can really cement it. So 610-632-0975 is how you get into the show. Let's go take a break. And on the other side, we got Ken in Rome and your call on the Mike Missanelli Show. Back after this.
The Philadelphia 76ers
It is the Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5. The Fanatic on a General Knowledge Wednesday. We've been all over the map today trying to, entertain. Things come up in our head and we roll with them.
And the audience is doing great, up 3-1 on Ray Dunn, General Knowledge Wednesday.
That is correct.
For Celtics tickets.
Celtics and Sixers.
Oh,
Sixers
too.
took it on the chin last night against the always tough.
The always tough Toronto Raptors.
Always tough Toronto Raptors slayed the Sixers last night. Something I was actually close to betting the Sixers with 9.5. So I thought that was a solid bet. The big three were going to play. It didn't turn out that way, even though Embiid had 27 and 12. He took a nasty fall early in the game where it looked like he wrenched his elbow.
Yeah, thank God he was all right.
But Paul George, stellar last night. 5 for 12, 14 points, -10. And Tyrese Maxey took the night off. I don't know what that was about. 1 for 9, 1 for 7, -15. 5 points for Tyrese Maxey. What?
Here's the good news, though, Mike. I just pulled up the ESPN's Power Index, and the Philadelphia 76ers still have a 0.9% to make the conference finals.
Well,
so you're telling me there's a chance, Ray?
Daryl Morey says that they can make a run. They're ready to make a run. And so did the owner say that.
I would say no.
The crazy thing is
This is very
here's I love this that when people make opinions on something like the early opinion on Justin Edwards. Oh, you got to keep him, right? I've seen this so many times where guys come in, they'll score 15. Oh, he's a keeper. Got to keep him. So let me just go over the people that you have to keep. So you have to keep Paul George unless somebody is willing to take on that salary, right?
Which I don't who would at this point.
For the next 3 years, you got that.
Yeah.
Justin Edwards, is he a keeper for you?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I honestly, the only person, I know we're going through the exercise. The only one I'm going to say yes to is probably Maxey and McCain right now.
Okay. And they can't play together, by the way. Kelly Oubre, would you keep him?
No. Last year I wanted him back.
Done with him? Yeah, Baselli, you're going to keep him? Now they're talking about giving him a longer
Yeah,
contract.
I like, he plays hard, man. He plays hard. He's a nice piece.
Jared Butler.
I don't need him.
Quentin Grimes.
Honestly, I haven't seen enough yet to make a decision. I mean, you've followed him. He's supposed to be a decent player. I haven't watched enough. Would you keep him?
He's now been passed around 3 organizations, and he's supposed to be a shooter. He's 1 for 6 last night from 3. Ricky Council, the 4th.
Everybody loves Ricky Council, man.
He got 4 minutes last night.
Yeah, he's not.
He has no idea how to play. What is Chuma Okeke? Where'd they get him, right? Who's Chuma Okeke?
That happened during the week leading up to all of this. So you're gonna have to excuse my lack of knowledge.
Everybody loved to have Andre Drummond. They're gonna keep Dembona, Jeff Dalton. All right, so let's just George, Embiid, Maxey.
You're not changing much with this team.
George, Embiid, Maxey, Baselli, Grimes. They got him in a trade.
Yeah, Jared McCain.
That's 6 players.
See, the problem is that with the contract you gave George, and then you can't really, you're not going to move on from Joel. You got to ride this out.
Let's cut to the chase here. Daryl Morey has done a terrible job. Now, I say that knowing that that's going to get to, that he'll never come on again. Well, what am I going to do? Am I going to lie to people here? He has done a terrible job in building this team.
So, all offseason, I was giving Daryl Morey the benefit of the doubt because I felt like him coming here, he did inherit some bad decisions that weren't his. He had some bad contracts he had to get out from under. Once James Harden wanted out, he had to get through that situation. So this was the first time where you could see his true fingerprint on this team, right? This year is really Daryl Morey's first opportunity with a fairly blank slate to build the team. So it's hard to disagree with you, Mike, when you look at where they are right now. Now, Daryl Morey would tell you it's been injuries, which he's not wrong about. But as a general manager or president of basketball operations, whatever his title is, part of the reason you've had so many injuries is because you're relying on older players, right? I mean, that's a fair assessment. And he said to you that maybe they made the mistake in relying on older players. But are we at the point where it's Embiid never wins a championship in the Sixers?
But it's more than that, Bill. It's like he signed Caleb Martin. Didn't work out. He signed
Lowry.
Well, I'm not even going to the older players. He had to have Oubre back. Oubre doesn't help you. He's just a body who's been tossed around the league. Who am I missing? Oh, KJ Martin. All these other guys that they just tacked on.
Yeah.
All right, that's that.
But look,
I'm done. I'm done talking Sixers.
I know.
I can't do it anymore.
I just want to say, I wanted Paul George. So it's like hard for me to say he did a terrible job because I wanted George. Yeah, that's good, Ray. On the road to victory.
Who didn't want Paul George? Who didn't? Who in this room didn't want him?
Is there anybody else in here? I know, Mike. You were right.
No, I'm not saying it because I was right.
No, you did call it,
34 years old guy was on a decline.
He had a great year last year.
He had 1 year before he averaged 40 games a year for 3 straight years.
But he had career highs in so many categories last season. I thought, all right, maybe this guy is truly motivated.
34 freaking years old. Ken in Jersey, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Ken.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up, Ken?
Yeah, listen, real quick. The rally house that you're going to is near the Oxford Valley Mall. I've been there.
Well, anything is near the Oxford Valley Mall if you're in Fairless Hills.
Yeah. Well, it's
I didn't want to know
right
exactly where it is.
It's right across the street. There's a shopping center, like a strip center, and then it has all different stores and rally houses in there.
All right, well, we'll check it out.
So,
We'll find it.
It's right near Raising Cane. That chicken place.
Yeah, I don't know where that is either.
Over there, at Barnes and Noble. That's just.
Oh, I know. There's the Knights of Columbus out there. There's the Knights of Columbus. Is that near that? Anywhere near that Knights?
Oh no!
All right. Okay. All right.
Listen, I want to talk about the offensive coordinator position. I think that they should. I know it didn't work when they went in house before, but Kevin Patullo.
You want him?
He's been on the staff. Mm-hmm. For several years, good friends with Sirianni, with the Colts. They both were there. Good football guy. He's been an offensive assistant. I think Jalen's familiar with him, and I just think they should give him a shot.
Yeah, I don't.
You know?
And here's why.
No.
Because I don't want Sirianni to be influenced by his buddy. And vice versa. And vice versa. That's why I want somebody else who has his own ideas rather than, because I want to keep Sirianni separate from that.
Yeah. Who do you want?
I don't know. I just don't want. I don't know if I was higher within on this one. I think I'd rather go out.
Go out, yeah. Well, it's a shame we lost more. That's 4 offensive coordinators in 4 years. So.
Well, that means you're winning.
When you win.
That's right.
Yeah, when you lose the guys. Fangio, thankfully, is not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. I think this is his last rodeo. Yeah. He loves it. He's from the upstate, so that's good. We're going to keep him.
Ken,
all right, guys.
Ken, do you want to play General Knowledge with us?
No, you know what?
All right, okay, that's all right. Nah, he doesn't want to mess up this audience vibe here. So we're taking a break. We got Rome and Jason. I don't know. Ray's got a chance to tie it. Coming up, Mike Missanelli Show continues.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Title tour continues. I'm Ray done with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles won the second Super Bowl in franchise history on Sunday with the 42-22 win over the Chiefs. Since then, everybody's been just about everywhere with this Eagles team. They did get back in Philadelphia on Monday. Jalen Hurts made his way down to Disney World on Monday. And then he was on the Tonight Show with Saquon Barkley and a cameo from the offensive line last night. Saquon Barkley talked about a number of things there, the viral Giants video, but really how happy he is to be an Eagle and how he wants to be remembered as one.
I'm happy to be an Eagle, and I look at it as like Marshall Faulk, one of my favorite running backs. He played for the Colts, but he's remembered as a Ram. So now I'm just trying to be remembered as an Eagle.
Saquon will be remembered as a Super Bowl champion. The Super Bowl parade Friday to celebrate what this team was able to do this year. We will be at the Cambria Hotel from 10 to 2 right here on the Mike Missanelli Show, bringing you all the coverage from the parade on parade day. The 76ers lost last night to the Raptors. Tonight they got the Nets at 7:30 in Brooklyn. You can listen to the game right here on the Fanatic. And the Phillies had pitchers and catchers report today. Spring training underway. We're getting closer to baseball season. This update is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Ray Dunn on the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Mike Missanelli Show. Plenty of information. I was flipping around Netflix last night. I stumbled across this documentary on Black Hawk Down. You remember that movie, Black Hawk Down? The book was actually written by a buddy of mine who was a news writer at the Inquirer, Mark Bowden. And this is a documentary on it. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. It just came out like 2 nights ago.
It was it was like a peacekeeping UN type of mission. The United States went in, the Army Rangers and Special Forces, and they wanted to. There was kind of like a warlords problem in there where they were stealing the supplies that the people needed in Somalia and selling them on the black market. So they went in and tried to get this leader, this warlord leader, and all hell broke loose. Like totally unexpected result happened, especially after the Black Hawk helicopter came crashing down when it was shot by an RPG. These Somalian people had all kinds of weapons. They underestimated. It was like civilians with weapons running down the street with RPGs and AK-47s firing on them.
Yeah, I got to watch this.
All right, let's go back to the phones. Rome in Philly, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Rome.
What's up, Mikey Miss?
How you doing, Rome?
What's up? You're on Rome's World right now, baby. How we feeling?
Good, man. I'm feeling good, man. I'm celebrating. I'm in the glow of it. Apparently one of the players, it isn't that much.
You know what? It's okay. A.J. Brown could feel how he feels. He had a great game, great season. You know, what he said I'm not too bothered by. But what you said, I am a little bothered by.
What did I say?
You know, I want to say
McNabb?
something right now. I just want to say something.
Go ahead.
And I'm not a McNabb fan. I'm really not. Mm-hmm. But if there's a quarterback who hasn't won a Super Bowl, who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, it's McNabb.
How?
We're talking about 4 straight NFC appearances. The numbers that he has, with arguably the least amount of offensive help around him, is pretty incredible.
Yeah, let me ask you this, though. How come he lost as the favorite? If they were so bad and didn't have personnel, why were they the favorite in 3 NFC title games?
Well, see, what you're doing is, well, let me ask this question. Can you honestly tell me that during McNabb's reign here, his receiving core was
You keep going back to that. I keep asking you. You lost 3 NFC title games as the favorite where he played his worst. How is he in the Hall of Fame?
But one has nothing to do with
it. It has everything to do with it. It has to do with your legacy as a player.
That has nothing to do with the lack of receiving talent around him.
Yeah, but you're missing my point. If they were so bad and a lack of talent around them, why were they the favorite? They were supposed to be the better team, whoever they played against.
Well, I don't know. I'm not Vegas. I didn't make the odds.
Well, that's an indication. In other words, they weren't that bad.
So the receivers were that bad.
But they weren't. Look at their production. They were adequate enough to get by. The team was good enough to get by. The quarterback who's supposed to take you home could not.
Well, okay, I don't know. I can't really come back at you with that because that's a fact, right? But
it is a fact, Rome. And listen, he was a good quarterback. He's not a Hall of Famer. He doesn't have enough accomplishment.
I would say with the players around him and the production that he put up, he deserves to be one.
You can't add that when you're evaluating a Hall of Fame guy. And again, you're overlooking the point that team was good enough to be the favorite in a championship game, and they didn't win. All right, man, let's play general knowledge. All right?
Give me the general knowledge.
All right, here we go, Rome. This is the general knowledge category, easy geography, true or false. Here's your question. The world's highest mountain is located in the United States.
That's 100% true.
That is 100% false. Sorry, brother. The highest mountain located is not in the United States. The highest mountain is Mount Everest. And a lot of people think because that's an American name, like it's named after some guy named Joey Everest. It's not. Mount Everest is in the border of China and Nepal, Bill. The highest mountain in the United States would be Mount McKinley.
Okay.
Ray, you have a chance to close the gap. Ray. Egypt is in Africa. True or false?
True.
That is correct.
Oh, man,
A
he's
lot of
making
people
a
think
comeback.
it's in the Mideast. It's not. It's in Africa.
He is making a comeback. It is 3-2.
Oh, my
callers.
God. Look at this. The tension as we come down the stretch. Jason in Delaware. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jason.
Hey, guys. I just want to thank you for the season. I miss Mike Unleashed, but it's a fair trade-off. It's been fun watching this to you guys.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Michael Leach is something I used to do on my podcast.
Yeah, it was good stuff. And I was at the parade the last time, and I would say there was 50% cannabis and 50% drinking. So I think you owe maybe Jimmy Fallon an apology at some point.
All right.
Quite a bit of cannabis.
Well,
so, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Maybe more.
Well, he was saying edibles, though. He wasn't saying, like, you're talking about people blowing weed?
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah. The edibles, I don't know how many people are taking edibles going to a parade. Right? You know? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm glad I wasn't drinking, though, because there needs to be like 10 times more porta potties, 100 times more porta potties than they had. So, it's just not. I won't be drinking this time, but we'll still be going back.
I got you.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for the season.
All right, Jason. Let me give you a general knowledge question. Now, again,
absolutely.
This is key for the audience to go 2 ahead of Ray, and it's maybe in your wheelhouse. It is North American sports champions since 2000. From 20. Well, wait a minute. From 2016 on, so I'm reducing the time here. From 2016 on, there have been 2 repeat NHL Stanley Cup champions. Who are they?
Oh, my God. This is like the worst category for me. Since 16. God. I'm letting the fan side down so much here.
I think Jason drew to Ziggy. I'm going to give Ray the same question. Ray?
Oh, thanks.
2-time repeat champions from 2016 on. So a team went back-to-back in 2016, 2017, and a team went back-to-back in 2020 and 2021. Oh. Who were those 2 teams?
Teams that went back-to-back.
Back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
Wow. That's very impressive by them.
Give me one of them, Ray. I'll reduce it for quick sale.
Oh, you were trying to get 2 of them?
I'm trying to
wanted
get 2.
both.
Yeah,
I wanted both, but just give me one of them. 2016 wasn't that long ago, and neither was 2021.
You're absolutely right. You are 100% right. And I am upsetting a lot of hockey fans out there right now playing in the Sports Talk Radio stereotype.
Yeah, Ray's not a hockey guy.
No.
All right, let me give you a geographical.
No, you're going to give it away.
All right, I'll just say they're both in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, I'm running through ones I know won championships recently, but I don't think I have necessarily any back-to-back in my brain. I'll go with the Penguins.
Oh, that's correct.
Well, now, since I gave you the hint, you got to get the other one.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the Penguins
the Penguins are a good guess.
The Penguins is the easy one because we hate the Penguins
Correct.
as Flyers.
And I remember the Penguins having a run of success.
You should know this. This was the most recent one. Penguins did it in 2016-17. 2020 and 2021. It wasn't that long ago. You should know that one.
I was too busy watching Philly Feud.
Philly Feud wasn't on in 2020.
John Tortorella used to coach them.
Good. Yeah.
Well, Ray comes up small. Yeah. Ray, no go. Ray still trails by 1. The Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, did the Lightning go back-to-back? Really?
Was the other answer.
I thought they only had 1.
All right, so here we go.
All right, it's 3-2.
3-2. 1. This is like 1 field goal to put them up by 2 possessions in an NBA game. This is what Ray is facing. Rob from Delran is next. And if you want to climb in, it's 610-622-0975. But if Rob gets the question right, it looks like it locks out Ray.
That'd be a great week for us.
Mike Missanelli Show continues.
The Eagles are once again Super Bowl champions. Down in the Big Easy, the Birds took down Patrick Mahomes and the 2-time defending champions.
Mike Missanelli Show, 97.5, The Fanatic, 610-622-0975 is how you get into the show if you want to climb in. This has been, we've been all over the place today. This is a midweek show, General Knowledge Wednesday show. We're still basking in the glow of an Eagles Super Bowl, and we'll bask more on Friday with the big-time parade. It was very strategic the way they handled this. I know it's going to mess up a lot of people's Valentine's Day, and it takes men off the hook. I got to tell you men got a break because you can include your lady for Valentine's. Hey, this is special Valentine's Day. We're going to go to the parade, and then afterwards we'll just go to the bar. That'll be our Valentine's Day celebration.
Yeah,
right?
Right. I actually did mine.
You don't have to go romantic. You don't have to do anything.
I did mine last night.
You did what?
Our Valentine's dinner.
Oh, where'd you go?
Well, we had a gift certificate. So
good work.
Wait a second.
When you're married, you could be frugal.
Hold on a second. Valentine's Day, you used the gift certificate?
I mean, it didn't even come close to covering the bill.
But come on, man. You saved that for another. Rando.
But you got to realize this was our first date night as well since the baby's been born. So we wanted to stay close to the house. Went out. It was an easy dinner. Her parents came over to watch the kids.
Right. You got any judgment on this?
I mean.
Well, hold on. Before you give judgment, I also came home with flowers, her favorite chocolates, and a nice card with a nice romantic message.
See, I don't get the chocolate part of Valentine's.
She likes flowers and chocolate. That's what she gets every Valentine's. That's like what she likes.
Well, she might like that. I never understood the actual gift of chocolate to a woman.
You see, I don't like Valentine's Day turning into anything more. Like I said yesterday on the show, no gifts. I don't consider the flower and chocolates a gift. That's just more of like a happy Valentine thing. I don't know. Like, I'm not getting jewelry and all that other stuff.
Oh, you don't do jewelry ever?
Not on Valentine.
Really?
I've gotten her jewelry.
That's an appropriate gift for Valentine's Day.
I think it's over
Even
the top.
if you go small.
See,
if you go earrings, that's like the perfect gift.
But here's my problem, all right? We just had Christmas in December. Mm-hmm. Then we have her birthday is in March. So if like I was giving her stuff for Valentine, so now I'm giving gifts on Christmas, I'm giving gift on Valentine's, I'm giving gift on March. Now we got married in June. I mean, when does it end, Mike?
Well, doesn't it?
Now we got Mother's Day in May for her?
Bridget, if
you're
if you're listening, Bridget, I call violation on your husband using a gift card for, got to be honest with you. That Valentine's Day dinner, you got to spend.
Well, I did spend,
on,
but we had a little gift certificate.
I think if the gift certificate covers it all, that's the violation. Because you went somewhere that was not expensive.
What was this gift certificate for? How many?
It was only $25.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Why even bring it out at that point? If you're eating at that big of a place,
it was $25. It didn't come close to covering anything.
Actually, I take that back.
It didn't even cover the tip.
Yeah, I'm placing judgment on something I would absolutely do. So yeah, I'm cool with it.
Well, look, when you're married, just like we were talking about with the Serena Williams and all that stuff, like when you're married, things are different. Like we're not trying to impress each other. We're just trying to have a nice night out together. Oh, baby's at home with your parents. Let's go relax for a little bit.
Valentine's Day dinner, though, should be special.
See, I think Valentine's and New Year's Eve are two times that I never want to go out. Like on actual Valentine's Day, too crowded.
Well, no. You don't have to go out on actual Valentine's Day, but I agree. Off day is fine. I think it has to be nice.
So what are you and the GF doing for
I don't. We don't have any plans.
Oh, wait. I'm getting killed for using a gift cert. You're not even doing anything.
But
you probably cook for her.
Maybe I'm buying something.
Maybe you cook for her, I think. What are you doing, Ray?
I got the parade, then I'm off to New Orleans, man. I got the best Valentine's Day possible.
That's right.
You do. New Orleans on Valentine's, everyone's out.
Yeah.
It's up Bourbon Street.
Not too bad.
Where are you staying, Ray?
I haven't even got that much from the team.
You haven't won?
I haven't asked about that yet.
Because we're going to give it away so people can call you at the hotel.
No. Well, that's fine. If I'm not at the hotel, it's just going to keep ringing.
You got to answer the hotel phone. It might be something important.
I'm not there. You just said I'm going out. Why is it going to bother me if they're calling?
Well, we're going to, like, 3 o'clock in the morning, we're going to make those calls.
I'll unplug the phone.
Let's go to Rob and Delran. Rob, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Rob.
Mike, a big fan of yours. I loved you throughout your career, and the one thing I like about you, I'm sorry I'm kissing your ass a little bit, but I like that.
You can't kiss my ass enough.
Dial it down, Rob. Come on now.
I love the ass kiss.
Yeah, dial it down.
You are not a phony. I see a lot of people in the media that are phonies. You aren't. You tell it like it is, and if it offends somebody's feelings, oh, God forbid, oh, it hurts so much.
So, in other words, I'm not going to be vying for the Nick Sirianni book. In other words, because I didn't kiss enough ass.
I love it. And I still, and two things, and I'm getting to my point. People don't like to apologize, and they don't like to admit they're wrong. I'm going to admit I'm wrong on Jalen Hurts. I criticized him, and I'm wrong. He showed me. He was a big game guy, and that's it. End of story. It doesn't hurt that much, but sometimes it doesn't. It makes you feel good. Here's my question. I saw that, and I know you talked about it earlier. I almost drove off the road, or I saw that Dak Prescott interview where he's saying, "Oh, we're real close to the Eagles." He needs to go to a mental institution.
We need a laugh track for that. Really, we need a laugh track.
And I got a request for you, Mike. I'm begging you, get him on the air. Ask him this: can you educate the Eagles fans why you think your team is close to the Eagles, and then just shut up and let them.
Love to do that, man. I wonder if we've had access to that.
Please, it'd be good.
Yeah.
Does he have enough guts, or does he?
I don't think he would have enough guts to do it, but we'll try to make that happen.
You believe in something, you got to go on and speak, just like you do, Mike. Sometimes it's not popular, but you say it, and you do, and you say that be damned with you. This is what I believe in. But he's a coward.
Very unpopular because of that.
French.
All right, brother. Here we go. Rob, the moment of truth. Rob, you can lock it up for the audience. This is almost as pertinent as a Super Bowl victory for you. All right?
Yeah, you said Jalen Hurts is a big-time performer. Are you, Rob?
Exactly. This is a random general knowledge about countries.
Okay.
All right. So the question I have for you is, what country is located 70 miles due east of Palm Beach, Florida?
Due east. The Bahamas.
That is correct.
Whoa!
Oh, my God.
That may be it.
Rob, that's going ahead 4-2.
Oh, there's still time left, though.
Ray.
But we may get another one in here, but Ray needs to get this right to have any chance.
All right, Ray. I think you have no chance to get this question. No, that's not why I'm asking you. But this has to do with a movie, which you probably haven't seen, which is a classic. What country did the Von Trapp family flee to? This is one of the most popular movies of all time.
France.
No. It was Switzerland.
It's The Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music.
Now, I forgot that it was Switzerland.
It's a musical, but it's turned into a movie, and it has is Julie Andrews in that?
Correct. Mary Poppins.
Julie Andrews she's the nun, right?
Correct.
In The Sound of Music?
Yeah, she's the nun, and then ends up marrying the father or stays with the father.
Ray, because I'm this type of guy, I'm going to give you a chance to catch up. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. See if you can catch up.
Okay.
What type of pie, this is general knowledge, what type of pie is made with ground lamb and mashed potatoes?
Ground lamb.
Now, you, as a frequenter of Irish pubs, should know this.
Shepherd's pie?
Correct!
That was really easy, Mike.
Shepherd's pie, it is now 4-3.
Before you give him his next question.
Yes.
Just because everyone's killing Dak Prescott, rightfully so. So we'll give Ray some time to pause here. I think what he meant, and trust me, I'm not a Dak Prescott fan, and I also think he's delusional in saying the Cowboys are close. But in his career, when he says, look at the record, Prescott is 9-4 against the Eagles. So I think that's what he's saying when he says, look at the record, because he's been very successul against the Eagles. So I'm not saying I agree with him. I don't think they're close, but that's what he means.
That's the delusional part, that they're not close to the Eagles at this point. They're behind how many teams? We went over it, for crying out loud.
Yeah, they're just not. But that's what I think he's talking about. 9-4 in his career against the Eagles.
All right. Ray, for a chance to tie. What is the term in tennis for when a serve hits the net and then falls into the service court?
If it's not a fault, I don't know what it is. That's all I got.
Ray loses.
What is it?
It's a let.
I wouldn't have gotten it.
History is made, ladies and gentlemen.
See, I would have
For
thought.
the first time in weeks, Ray goes down to the audience, and the audience selected at random wins a pair of tickets to see the Sixers play the Celtics on February 20th.
So Ray goes down. So Ray not only loses general knowledge, he loses the argument about Serena Williams performing at the Super Bowl with Kendrick Lamar getting back at her ex. Ray's having a rough day.
Well, we all have them.
The fact that I could only see his eyes. Mike, if you could see what I see.
I know.
I could only see his eyes and the way he stares at me. It's actually scary, Ray. It's actually scary.
Good. Should keep you a little unnerved.
He doesn't like to lose, this boy.
No?
And that's going to serve him well
in life.
You know, it's almost A.J. Brown-esque.
On to the next, Ray.
Yeah, I've already moved on to next week. It's nice. You know, it is kind of important. On a week where the Chiefs go down and one of the great dynasties end, I should also see my dynasty of general knowledge Wednesday end. You know?
Look at that. He's taking it like a man.
Yeah.
He's taking it like Mahomes. Yeah, I sucked today, but, life goes on.
Life does go on. And you even gave me a chance to do a little Mahomes garbage time points there at the end, and I appreciate that. Make it look closer than it was.
I did. I tried, I tried to help the young fella out.
The last thing I want to do on a week of celebration for this city is to beat up on the city. So I'm glad that everyone can celebrate all week long.
So you let them win, is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I'm just glad for them. I'm happy for them. They should enjoy it. This is nice.
Yeah, you talk about the garbage time, and I know we're up against it, but NFL's Twitter's having a tough couple hours, in my opinion. They posted a video last night. Xavier showed out on the biggest stage, talking about Xavier Worthy, and the highlights start in the third quarter when the score is 24-0. Like, can you really do that? I mean, I get the NFL's trying to promote their product, but really? He showed out on the biggest stage? The game was over. All Xavier Worthy's stats came when the game was over.
That's a foolish statement that I don't pay attention to. Our winner today. Oh, a winner was Bob Saunders. Apparently, he didn't make enough money as a linebacker with the Colts.
Safety, wasn't he?
Well, safety. Bob Saunders is our winner. So congratulations to Bob on General Knowledge Wednesday. We had a lot of fun today. I know we were all over the map, and people go, you should be talking about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. We did. We do. We will continue to do so. Today, we were bouncing all around with various topics that I thought would be fun to talk about and listen to with the audience.
No, it was a fun show.
If I'm wrong, I apologize.
It was a fun show. And we also got a new nickname today for Nick Sirianni from NFL Game Day.
Terrible nickname.
And this may be cornier than my Sirianni love, Ray. They're calling him Nick Winiani.
Who?
Nick Winiani, according to NFL Game Day's tweet from an hour ago.
First of all,
that's not even
there's no
clever.
There's no Italian in history whose last name starts with a W.
Nick Winiani.
Think about it.
Now, their tweet's good. Sirianni's got the most wins in his first 4 seasons as a head coach, second to only George Seifert.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We really appreciate it. Again, tomorrow, live at the Rally House in Fairless Hills. If you're in that area, you want to stop in and say hey, please do. And then the big moment on Friday, the big parade, will be broadcasting live right there at the Cambria Hotel. So if you're